98 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
Mesdames et messieurs,
Is anybody there?
It's the most wonderful time.
6:32.
Yes, the most wonderful
That's better. Radio 2.
Oh, the most wonderful time
This is London.
of the day.
Now, what I was saying, you couldn't hear, but what I was saying was thank you, Penny, and thank you, Justine. And good morning to you. Hi, should Coco.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Take the National Express when your life's in a mess. It'll make you smile. All human life is here, from the feeble old deer to the screaming child. From the student who knows that to have one of those would be suicide. To the family man, manhandling the pram with paternal pride. And everybody sings, yeah. All right, we're going where the air is free. On the National Express, there's a jolly hostess selling crisps and tea. She'll provide you with drinks and theatrical winks for a sky-high fee. Mini skirts were in style when she danced down the aisle back in '63. But it's hard to get by when your arse is the size of a small country. And everybody sings, yeah. All right, we're going where the air is free. Tomorrow belongs to me.
When you're sad and feeling blue, with nothing better to do, don't just sit there feeling stressed. Take a trip.
The National Express. On the National Express. Let's go.
Divine Comedy, National Express 636, International Radio 2. Monday, of course, so International Radio 2 calling. That's a bit later. You're invited now to text in to get a honk on the horn for the Good Morning Chris Club. The first of the week. Here we have Monday, the 23rd of October, 2017. Merrily taking those texts now. Magnificent Matt is inspecting the email inbox. Kristen Evans at bbc.co.uk. Merrily went to Nottingham to the most laid-back wedding probably of all time. Even the bride wore trainers as she went through her nuptials. Magnificent Matt invited his neighbours over for a slap-up African stew, including lashings of peanut butter. So now I'll go with the African stew. Not that I know what's in it just sounds lovely. I'm really not a fan of peanut butter. Can't do it. Can't do peanut butter. Cannot, never have been able to. One of the few things, maybe 3 things in the world that I don't like to eat, that is. Jazzy James was back in Devon for a box set binge before rounding off the weekend with a roast turkey dinner. In charge of taking the calls today. Roast turkey, going early with the turkey. Go early with the turkey. Now, Mike's in for Vassos. Vassos, we know he went to Snowdon at the weekend. He was going to climb Snowdon with his family. We think they shut Snowdon. We're not quite sure. We could call him and find out. What did he do instead? I know that he still went. Lynn's travelling. Justine using. Knowledgeable Nigel has his fingers on the fade. He's got to put up with me today. Never easy. And, of course, Miss Ellie in charge. Still reeling from the revelries, in fact, of Oktoberfest Hemel Hempstead style. Pictures to prove it. Woohoo!
I had to escape. The city was sticky and cruel. Maybe I should have called you first, but I was dying to get to you. I was dreaming while I drove a long straight road ahead. Yeah. Could taste your sweet kisses, your arms open wide. The fever for you and just burning me up inside. I drove all night to get to you. Is that alright? I drove all night, ripped in your room, woke you from your sleep to make love to you. Is that alright?
What in this world keeps us from falling apart? No matter where I go, I hear the beating of our one heart. Thinking about you when the night is cold and dark. Yeah. No one can move me the way that you do. Nothing erases this feeling between me and you. I drove all night to get to you. Is that alright? I drove all night, crept in your room, woke you from your sleep to make love to you. Is that alright? I drove all to taste your sweet kisses, your arms open wide. The fever for you and just burning me up inside. I drove all night to get to you. Was that alright? I drove all night, crept in your room. Is that alright? I drove all night.
Coming up later, how does a prawn become a king prawn? And what about the queen prawns? That was a big conversation in our house this weekend. Huge conversation. As the Chinese was ordered on Saturday night. Right, 19 minutes to 7. We might do that later. To be honest, it's not on the schedule, but I'd like to throw that in there. If anybody has any idea, any guidance, anyone can give us a steer on that. Good morning, Chris. I like this one. I like this text a lot. Lucy Anderson. Good morning, Lucy. Please, can I be in the club again? All right, now we don't often allow this, but this is very special. Okay, I'll read on. You discover why. 3 years ago, you gave me a shout out as I was heading for my first shift as a student paramedic. Well, guess what? Today's my first shift as a qualified paramedic. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just brilliant? Okay, 3 years on. Well done, Lucy. Very pleased for you. Good morning, Chris. Please, can I be in the club up early on my day off for work to scrapbook with my 5-year-old daughter, says Mallory. The good old-fashioned scrapbook, yes.
Yeah!
Another one of those for that. Love a scrapbook. Big, thick pages. Right, good morning, Chris. Please come to the club. I'm out with my 2 daughters in Oxfordshire. It's looking damp, but it'll be family time out in the countryside. So a good day no matter what the weather brings, says Dave Roberts. Nice sounds, Dave. I'm happy for you too. Very happy for you. Had a very similar day ourselves yesterday. Good morning, Chris. Going to be in the club. I'm on my way to work at HMP Berwyn in Wrexham. So say hello to all the health and well-being team there, says Jan. Hello to all the health and well-being team there and elsewhere. And good morning, Chris. Please, can be in the club. Been pounding the pavements of London since 5 a.m. trying to get the baby to sleep. Taking the week off for half term. Work is so much easier than this, says Pat. Pat, there you go. Now, the brand new T-charge, which comes into effect today in London, does that affect your pram? Have you checked? Because you're going to need to. It's a 10 quid straight payment, isn't it? And if you fail to pay, it's a 100 quid fine or 65 quid if you settle it within 14 days, I think. There's been very little news about this, and it starts today. And it's a big deal for tens of thousands of drivers.
This is a story that, unlike most, doesn't begin at the beginning. The beginning's good, but it's not where this story begins. This story begins with a familiar riff. From the Foundation's debut single in 1967 right up to the recent winner of the Mercury Music Prize.
No one knows me like the piano.
British soul music has continually evolved, and this is the story of that journey. Join me, Trevor Nelson, for an exploration of 6 decades of UK soul. Available now on the BBC Radio 2 website.
Cheers, Trev. Today's Big Screen Belter, chosen by Joe Doach. Joe Doach, we'll go with Doach. Yeah, D-O-C-E, we'll go with Doach. From Bridgend in South Wales. Good morning, Joe. And all Doaches, she says, this is just one of the conquers on the hit-packed soundtrack from a top comedy starring Adam Sandler. He plays an unlucky songwriter who falls in love with a waitress. This blasts out when his fiancée Linda attempts to win him back. Joe's Big Screen Belter from the film The Wedding Singer is the awesome How Soon Is Now. And it really is awesome, isn't it, this? What a tune. Who's it by? Joke for MT, are you sure? Miss Ellie Ridd.
The shyness that is criminally vulgar. I am son and heir of nothing in particular. You shut your mouth, how can you say I go about things the wrong way? I am human and I need to belong, just like everybody else does. That is criminally vulgar. I am the son and heir of nothing in particular. You shut your mouth, how can you say I go about things the wrong way? I am human and I need to belong, just like everybody else.
The Smiths with How Soon Is Now. The Smiths, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it one more time for The Smiths. 13 minutes to 7. Cheesy big screen belter. Can you do better than that? Good luck. But give it a go. bbc.co.uk/radio 2 our page is the big screen belter. Morning, Lynn.
Morning, Chris.
So Vassos is not here, which is a shame on many levels. Mike is, but the thing is, I was going to talk to Vassos about climbing or not climbing snow at the weekend instead of the back pages because Liverpool got trounced again yesterday. But Mike might have to talk about that now because Mike, I'm presuming, didn't try and climb Snowdon. This weekend.
Probably not.
But let's try and eke out some Mikey weekend highlights that maybe means we run out of time to talk about any football.
Don't really want to talk about Liverpool.
Not really?
No.
That'd be fun, if that's okay. Yes, but my mum could have played better in her slippers.
Your mother has turned out for those, hasn't she?
So, Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who, she has 3 assistants. Count them, 1, 2, 3. 4, if you count the one that's coming back on the return. Bradley Walsh is going to be a new assistant. Mandip Gill is going to be a new assistant, as is Toshin Cole. OK, so that's going on there. We've got 10 more storms on the way in October.
Just the 10.
They better hurry up.
Hang on.
There's only 8 days left.
Yes, it's October the 23rd.
Including their Storm Neve, I think. Neve, it's Neve. It's Neve. That's the Irish spelling of Neve, I think you'll find. And there's another one, politely named again. But obviously they've all got names. They've been pre-named. We need to name the storms with more sort of threatening monikers, I think. You know, right, Storm Brian. Storm Brian. Sounds like he's going to come and give you a cuddle. Ophelia. Sounds like he's going to do a pirouette in front of you. Who's the other one now? Hector. See, Hector's house.
Storm Hector.
No cuter kid's character. So that's going on there. Lewis Hamilton won the Grand Prix in Austin, Texas, but he didn't win the World Championship. And microbreweries on the increase. We've got over 2,000 now, an increase of up to 64%, which is good news. So good morning to all microbrewers. Any weekend news from you?
None. Absolutely
Is that all?
None.
Sleep had?
Not really.
Okay. Trouble?
M6, southbound, very slow towards Junction 17, Holmes Chapel, from before Junction 18. No, hang on, that's wrong, isn't it?
Oh dear. Take 2? Do you want to take 2?
It's towards Junction 17. It's slow from before Junction 18. There was an accident. There were 2 lanes closed. All the lanes are open now, but it's really, really slow on the approach, thanks to Unicorn Dawn for the call. Had a report of delays as well on the M42 southbound at Junction 10, that's Tamworth. Accident on the M11 if you're northbound at Junction 8, which is Stansted Airport. Now, they had lanes closed, but when I came into the studio, the police had held all traffic to just as sort out what the problem was. Thanks to Mr. Bojangles for the warning on that one. So
Mr. Bojangles!
So do expect a delay on the M11 if you're travelling north at Junction 8, which is Stansted Airport. Watch out for a breakdown as well. M25 anti-clockwise before 24 at Potter's Bar. M25 also a couple of lanes closed anti-clockwise between Junction 5 and 4. M26 through to Orpington. There's a vehicle on fire. Back with more in half an hour.
Could be worse. You could have Ken after me.
You really?
Oh, wait, you don't?
I've got fern
You
cotton.
got fern cotton, haven't you? Excellent. 9:30 to 7. Here's Queen now. Greatest thing alive. Wow!
track, steal a backseat, a hitchhike. Take a long ride on my motorbike until I'm ready. Raise a little thing called love. This thing called love. I just can't handle it. This thing called love. I'm get right to it. I'm ready.
Queen, crazy little thing called love. 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 Miss Ellie, I thought you and I got on. I thought we liked each other. Why did you give him Mike 3 minutes to talk about the back pages? You know he's going to have to talk about football if you give him so much time. How was your weekend, Mike?
Morning, Chris. It was excellent.
Tell us about your childhood.
I went to a lovely wedding this weekend, very much like Merrily. I had a fantastic weekend at the wedding.
Did the bride wear trainers?
The bride did not wear trainers, no. It was a very plush wedding, actually, in central London, in a banqueting hall, no less. But it was fantastic. Tristan and Charlotte, fantastic wedding. And as is the way with weddings these days, it was a 2-day affair. So we had the wedding on the Saturday, and then yesterday it was all back to theirs. They had everyone back over for a huge takeaway curry.
What's going on with weddings? I'm going to a wedding. I hardly ever go to weddings. I'm going to a wedding this weekend as well. I think we're going up north on train.
All right.
Yeah, I can talk. I can do impression like that because I'm from up north. Yeah. That's about right. So let's go to Formula One first.
Yes, Austin, Texas is the place. We can avoid football. I mean, it is difficult to avoid football, I have to say.
It's just painful.
It's all over the back pages.
Hurts.
We'll perhaps talk about that in a minute. But yes, Austin, Texas is the place where Lewis Hamilton all but sealed the Formula One world title. He's now 66 points clear of Sebastian Vettel. There's only 75 more points to play for. 3 races remaining. He won the US Grand Prix in Austin, Texas. Vettel came second. So looking like Hamilton will clinch it next weekend at the Mexican Grand Prix. First class, say The Guardian. Hamilton wins US Grand Prix to home in on world title. USA, say the Sun on their back page, because Usain Bolt was there yesterday as well and did the podium interviews at the end and, of course, pulled his trademark lightning pose alongside Hamilton. Hamilton beaming ear to ear. As
Michael Douglas was there.
He was.
Bill Clinton was there.
Who wasn't there? Yeah, there was. Because Formula One, as you know, has been taken over by Liberty Media, this US group. So this is very much their home Grand Prix. They're trying to make it a very showbiz affair. Kings of the racetrack, say the Mirror, with a picture again of Usain Bolt and Lewis Hamilton on their back page. And one more for you. Lewis on the brink, say the Daily Mail. Hamilton roars in, but the title party must wait.
Any basketball news?
No basketball.
Rounders? Badminton?
No, women's Ashes. England lost the first match of that, I can tell you. But we have to talk about the football, Chris.
Oh,
we have to. We've got 50 seconds left.
Rascal, you rascal.
Liverpool, we were just saying, Liverpool no good on the road this season, are they? Another away defeat for them yesterday. And Tottenham winning finally at home at Wembley, their second home victory of the season. Tottenham 4, Liverpool 1, and it was just a stinker. Love stinks, say the Sun. And that's a reference to Dejan Lovren, the defender, who was hauled off by Jurgen Klopp after just half an hour. Klopp afterwards saying his mum could have played better than the Croatian. So a bad day for Liverpool, bad day for Everton as well, who lost at home to Arsenal, piling more pressure on their manager, Ronald Koeman, who looks like, well, a very pained expression on the back page of The Sun and other pages of the Dutchman there. Another defeat for them.
What were they putting in the water in North London over the weekend? 9 goals. 9-3. Effectively.
It was, yeah.
North London 9, Merseyside 3. Let's move on, shall we? I think so.
Don't touch the sleeping pills, they mess with my head. Dredging of great white sharks, swimming in the bed. And here comes a killer wave to sing me to sleep, thrashing the covers off, has me by its teeth. And all my love remind me, what was it that I said? I can't help but pull the earth around me to
I said I can't help but pull the earth around me to make my bed.
Florence and the Machine.
And all my love
Shit.
remind me, what was
Correct.
it that I did? Did I drink too much? Am I losing touch? Did I build a ship too red?
Yeah! First half hour, the first show of the week, and I've already got something spectacularly wrong. Here we go. No problem with that. Keeps us going. Chris, the storm you mentioned, which you thought was pronounced Neve, is in fact Maeve. Our daughter's called Maeve, and we can never find anything with a name on it. I'm not surprised. Well, they got a storm with their name on it. Who's in charge of naming the storms? And what else do they do, or is that it? First wrong bong for me there of the week. I'm sure there'll be many more. International Radio 2 calling now if you're listening overseas. Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? Will we ever see you again? In the meantime, here's the news with Justine Green.
BBC News at 7 o'clock on Monday, the 23rd of October. Good morning. Owners of the most polluting cars are facing an extra charge for driving into central London. A new campaign against superbugs says doctors are still prescribing too many antibiotics. And a major report says marine life is at risk as the world's oceans become more acidic. Owners of older, dirtier cars will have to pay an extra £10 to drive into central London from today. The toxicity charge, or T charge, will typically apply to diesel and petrol vehicles registered before 2006 and will be levied on top of the congestion charge, bringing the total cost to £21.50. Here's our transport correspondent Richard Westcott.
The air in London regularly breaks legal European pollution limits, and this new T charge is the latest step in trying to reduce levels of deadly gases and particles in the city. Drivers of dirtier vehicles will have to pay an extra £10 from today if they come into the city between 7 in the morning and 6 at night during the week. It affects vehicles that don't meet the Euro 4 emissions standard. A major study last week estimated that pollution contributed to about 50,000 deaths in the UK in 2015, giving it one of the worst records in Europe.
Patients are being urged to play their part in the fight against drug-resistant superbugs. A new campaign by Public Health England says more people should be told to go home and rest rather than be given antibiotics. Experts believe up to a fifth of current prescriptions are unnecessary and say an estimated 5,000 people die every year in England because antibiotics no longer work for some infections. Professor Paul Cosford is from Public Health England.
Of course, antibiotics are really important for serious diseases like meningitis, sepsis, pneumonia that we really worry about. But the fact is that the vast majority of antibiotics are used for common conditions such as colds and coughs and sore throats, which will mostly get better on their own.
A major study has concluded that all marine life around the world will be affected as carbon dioxide emissions make the oceans more acidic. The report says young sea creatures are particularly vulnerable and warns the number of cod growing to adulthood could fall to a quarter of present numbers. The findings come from the Bioacid Project, an 8-year study led by researchers in Germany. Professor Ulf Riebersell is the lead author.
Early life stages are generally more affected than adult organisms. But even if an organism is not directly harmed by acidification, it may be affected indirectly through changes in its habitat or in the food web. And acidification comes along with other stressors, such as warming, pollution, which can amplify the negative effects of acidification.
The UK's biggest business lobby groups, including the Institute of Directors and the CBI, are calling for an urgent Brexit transition deal to safeguard jobs and investment. In a letter being sent to the Brexit Secretary David Davis, the groups warn that time is running out. Here's our political correspondent Ben Wright.
The draft private letter says that companies are poised to make serious decisions about investments. They want a transition period of at least 2 years to match as closely as possible current trading arrangements with the EU. Theresa May has publicly set out her hope for a time-limited transition deal of around 2 years, with the UK and the EU trading on very similar terms to now. A government spokesman said tangible progress was being made and pointed out the remaining 27 EU leaders had agreed to begin discussions among themselves about the terms of a transition.
An undercover investigation by the BBC has revealed that cocaine, counterfeit goods and stolen passports are being openly traded on a UK website. The Inside Out programme, to be broadcast on BBC One this evening, found widespread evidence of illegal activity on the classified ad site Craigslist. A British diver who was stalked by a giant tiger shark off the coast of Western Australia has said he's lucky to be alive. John Craig from Sunderland became separated from his boat and was forced to swim several miles to shore as the 13-foot shark pursued him.
Its head was twice as wide as me. Its body was 3 times the girth of mine. It was just like a submarine. It just kept cruising around, probing at different angles, trying to get to me, and just had to keep my spear gun out to try and stop it getting too close.
And the weather, after a cloudy start, rain will spread eastwards, gradually clearing to give brighter skies. Occasional showers are likely in Scotland and Northern Ireland this afternoon. And top temperatures 14 Celsius in Edinburgh, 15 in Belfast, 16 in Cardiff and 17 in London. BBC News, it's 7:05.
Thank you, Justine. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
On digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio.
You're right.
2.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your radio talking, and we want to wish you
A
all
very happy Monday morning.
This is your wake up call.
Mikey.
The Chris Evans Breakfast Show. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, pals. Thank you for tuning in. We have Monday, the 23rd of October 2017. Special for Yeovil, representing Yeovil, Emma Randall is choreographing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory dances in her kitchen for her young Amdram group. That's brave. Representing Wibblescombe, Kirsty Boutflower is firing up the clippers to give her friend Sally's horses a brand new haircut. She'll be trimming the ponies' manes so the protective winter coat can begin to grow. And representing Henor, Richard Marys and his wife Rosemary are heading to Brighton to celebrate 48 years of friendship with the McKennas. That's nice, isn't it? A friendship anniversary. They'll be chatting and shopping and raising a glass of bubbly with a toast to good company. Very, very nice. That today's show is dedicated to all microbrewers of the UK and their microbreweries. And today's show is entitled Good Beer with Good Friends for good times from good local breweries. So good.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Good morning, Britain, and welcome to another day here on planet Earth.
It's the only thing I've got. It's my
Don't take away the music. Never going to happen on Radio 2. Friday again was joyous. 4:15. Steve Wright, Serious Jockey. Simon, All Request Friday. Then you had Tony Blackburn. Then you had Friday Night is Music Night. Then you had Sounds of the 80s. It's a good old sweep, that, isn't it? Pretty unbeatable, I'd say. We hope you had lovely weekends. I think best weekend out of the gang, I think probably Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie, our wonderful producer, went to Oktoberfest, Hemel Hempstead style, in a field. Bit of rain, bit of wind, bit of storm brine going on. Portable loose, just about enough. But everybody else a bit tipsy, a bit wonky, mate of mine said at the weekend. A bit wonky by 7 p.m. And Miss Ellie, with child, sparkling water only, didn't get any of it. Wasn't speaking the language. Doesn't work, does it? As my wife would say, sweetheart, we're on different levels. Let's talk about this in the morning. Right, grown-ups, it's half term for many. Lots of Scottish schools back. Sorry about that. But 08000 288 291 for grown-ups now. Grown-ups take over for 1 week only between now and Friday. Doing something for the first time ever. Tell us, 08000 288 291. We'll go international radio 2ing in a moment or two. All around the world. Already have missives here from lots of people in France. Living in France, I mean, is that Remainers who are just thinking, well, you know, we'll do it our own way. We'll just move to Europe, you know, for having no more of that. We've got mentions here from China and from Australia and Tuscany. All very, very nice. But still tuned into Radio 2, which is excellent. Oh, look, it's our second Morrissey tune of the last 42 minutes. Very nice. You missed How Soon Is Now if you wasn't listening till what? Oh, from 6:30. So enjoy this instead. Spent the day in bed.
Spent the day in bed. Very happy I did. Yes, I spent the day in bed. As the workers stay enslaved, I spent the day in bed. I'm not my type, but I love my bed. And I recommend that you stop watching the news, because the news contrives to frighten you, to make you feel small and alone, to make you feel that your mind isn't your own. I spent the day in bed. It's a consolation when all my dreams are perfectly legal in sheets for which I paid. I am now late and I recommend to all of my friends that they stop watching the news, because the news contrives to frighten you, to make you feel small and alone, to make you feel that your mind isn't your own. Oh, time, do as I wish. Time, do as I wish. Oh, time, do as I wish. Time, do as I wish. Oh, time, do as I wish. Time, do as I wish. Oh, time, do as I wish. Do as I wish. I spent the day in bed. You can please yourself, but I spent the day in bed. Pillows are like pillars, life ends in death. So there's nothing wrong with being good to yourself. Be good to yourself for once, and no bus, no rain, no train, no bus, no boss, no rain, no train, no bus, no boss, no rain.
All right, worst parent ever. So far this morning goes to Stuart in Lee on the Sun. And Stu said this himself. He's fessing up himself. I'm not dishing the dirt on him. All right, here we go for a bit of atonement. Chris, please can you apologise to my children and for me? Can you guess what's coming next, anyone? I've just woken them up for school. And they've just told me, it's half term, Dad. We're not going. I feel terrible. And hope a message from you might put things right, says Stu. In Lee on the Sun. Well, Stu, yes. You know, I might give you a wrong bong for this. I mean, I'm chief at dishing out the wrong bongs to myself, but you could have one of these for that. I'm sorry. That's massive, isn't it? All right, who's listening where around the world? Let's start in France. We might finish in France. Guy Swan, me and my son Jack living and working in Fusset, Père, in France. Love listening to Radio 2. While at work, as you all keep us in touch with what's going on back home. We're not that far away, though, are we? I mean, we're just over the water, you know. You're not in Indochina, are you? Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Judith Scott in South Africa. I'm listening from Gansby in South Africa here until the end of November. Working with the whales here, breeding and watching the great white sharks. Oh, good for you. Living the dream, baby. Living the dream. Hello, Chris from Australia. Currently cooking tea and playing board games while listening to you. Hello to all the pals and families back in the UK. Missing you all lots, but having a fab life here. It says Karen and Reese and Oscar in sunny Canberra. Let's go to China now. In Chengdu in China, teaching English accounts to lovely Chinese students. It's 2 p.m. here. Please say hi to Joe P. and Becca from Lincoln College, who I know will be listening. Well, that's nice. Any news of any new listeners this morning? No, not so far. Okay, we're averaging one a day. We'll take one a day. International Radio 2, Chris in Sydney, Australia. Another Australian. Visiting my daughter and 5-week-old granddaughter. That's nice. Sun shining, shorts on and feeling good, says Heather Warwicker. Now, is that where you are or is that your name? Right, go back to France as promised. Morning, Chris, International Radio 2. Hello to everyone from our new little home here in Tarn in rural France. Still listening, says Kate and Simon. And they've sent me a picture of their bedroom, and I know why, because it looks so unbelievably cosy. They've got an iron bed, a gondola-style iron bed going on here. Set in the eaves, painted floorboards, flowery quilt. Absolutely lovely. Bon chance, bon chance. Good for you. Right, weather-wise, back here in Blighty, what's going on? Good morning, Nick Miller.
Morning, Chris.
It's very much over to you, my friend.
I know, Monday you don't need rain, but I'm afraid it is out there for many of us this morning. It's not the heaviest rain we've ever seen. It is pushing east across the UK to reach those eastern parts that are starting the day dry and actually fairly chilly with temperatures in single figures. So, spell of rain for all of us, maybe a few heavier bursts in Scotland, but it's really quite light and patchy, especially as it finally reaches the east and southeast of England later this morning. That rain is already beginning to clear up, though, from Northern Ireland, and actually for many of us, the rain's going to push on through and things will cheer up and we'll see some sunnier skies coming back. There's an exception. I don't think we'll cheer up across much of the east and southeast of England, holding on to a good deal of cloud and perhaps some drizzle all the way through the afternoon. And any brightness in southwest England, southwest Wales, probably quite short-lived as we see thicker cloud coming back again this afternoon and perhaps producing a bit of drizzle. For Scotland and for Northern Ireland, afternoon sunny spells, but there will be a few showers developing to western Scotland and Northern Ireland, maybe feeding into Cumbria later, and perhaps heavy and possibly thundery, some of these, especially into western Scotland. The good news is it's not really very windy out there after the stormy weather in the past week or so, and in the afternoon sunny spells things will feel quite pleasant with temperatures reaching highs across the UK of around 13 to 17 Celsius. As the week goes on, it will be changeable. There will be some rain at times, but it's not particularly cold. In fact, some of us, especially in England and Wales, feeling quite warm at times this week.
Quite warm, who'd have thought? Thank you, Nick. Sarah James says in Leicester. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Back the truck up. I'm a new listener. I started listening a few weeks ago before work. I'm a nurse. So, a nice new listener, good listener. One of life's good guys. And after 25 years, I no longer work shifts, but a more sociable 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. The show's my feel-good chunk of my day, so much so that despite being off work all this week, my alarm's still set for 6:30 each morning to listen from the comfort of my bed. Not that I'm feeling smug or anything. Well, Sarah, you smug away. There you go. Another new listener. That is 15 in 15 days. I think it is. 15 new listeners.
I listen to music when I write. The reason is rhythm. I'm helpless in the hands of music. I stop what I'm doing and I listen to that. I love it. I can hardly sit still when I'm listening to it.
Spend some time with the world's finest storytellers.
This is Philip Pullman, sharing some of my favourite songs and artists and telling you some of the reasons why I like them.
Recollections through their record collections.
Chuck Berry is a wonderfully witty lyricist. It's poetry. I wrote a few songs myself, but I was never really going to be a singer because my voice doesn't really work.
Paperback Writers with Philip Pullman. Streaming now at the 6 Music website.
7 Monday morning. Cool dude time now. This morning's On This Day comes to us courtesy of an awesome American from Bristol, Tennessee. Tonight, he's taking a look at the current state of country music at 10 p.m. on Radio 2. It's the brilliant Balin Leonard. Good morning, Balin.
Good morning, Chris.
All right, over to you, my duty friend.
On this day in 1929, the Great Wall Street crash began. It was the most devastating stock market crash in American history. In 1910, Blanche Scott became the first woman to make a public solo airplane flight. In 425 AD, Valentinian III was made Roman emperor at the age of 6. In 1941, Walt Disney's Dumbo was released in New York. At only 64 minutes long, it remains one of their shortest animated films. And finally, in 1993, Take That had their first UK #1 album with Everything Changes, featuring the singles Relight My Fire, Babe, Everything Changes, and Pray.
I wonder if Balin's ever heard of Take That before. Tonight, 10 p.m, Balin on Radio 2, talking about who's new on the country music scene and how much influence do the country greats still have. I should imagine quite a lot, but I don't know. Find out for sure. Tonight, 10 p.m, BBC Radio 2, the brilliant Balin Leonard.
When the time grew near for me to show my love, longer I stayed away from, hiding from a word I need to hear now. Don't think I'll hear it again. But the nights were always warm with you, holding you right by my side. But the morning always comes too soon. Before I even close my eyes, yeah, all I do each night is pray. Oh, love, hoping that I'll be a part of you again someday. Oh, yeah, all I do each night is think. Oh, yeah, of all the times I close the doors to keep my love within. If you can't forgive the past, I understand that. Can't understand why I did this to you. And all of the days and the nights, so I regret it. I never showed you my love. And that's what I always wanted with you, holding you right by my side. But the morning always comes too soon. Before I even close my eyes, all I do each night is pray. All I do each night is pray, hoping that I'll be a part of you again someday. All I do each night is think, yeah, of all the times I close the doors to keep my love within. Surely we must be inside of the dream we long to live. If you stop and close your eyes, you'll picture me inside. I'm so cold and all alone.
Lynn's got a Miss Money penny glasses on a Monday. Very studious.
A bit tired.
Also, at the perfect angle, the perfect point down your nose.
Is that good?
So you can still glance over the top and give me the death stare. And I know that's why you do it.
That's very important.
I know it is. And I'm expecting it any second now. So my kid's very excited over the weekend. Once we've sorted out the elephant's ears controversy on Friday, okay, it's very simple, isn't it? African elephants have the biggest ears, bigger than Indian elephants or Asian elephants, because all you got to remember is that Africa is bigger than India. That's a clue. The word African is one letter longer than Indian, and African elephants' ears are spookily shaped like Africa. That doesn't help you with the size. That just helps you to notice them. And India's apparently, Indian elephants do sort of have India-shaped ears as well. You know, there's a little bit of poetic license in there. But this weekend, Daddy, king prawns from the Chinese. Yes, I know you like them. It's fine. Daddy, king prawns. Have as many as you like. Daddy, king. I don't want any. You have them all. No. Why are they king prawns? When do they become kings? Why aren't there any queen prawns? I don't know. Kids, stop asking me questions I don't know the answer to.
He doesn't know anything.
I don't
Stop
know.
asking.
I have absolutely no idea. And also, huge. You know, not only do I know barely anything at all anyway, but then the park ranger says, "Oh, by the way, kids, has your dad pointed out your ginkgo tree?"
Oh, a ginkgo biloba tree.
Yes, a ginkgo biloba. Well, he actually said ginkgo.
Oh, right.
He said, "You've got a ginkgo in your garden." I saw it the other day. I said, all right.
And you thought it was a reptile, didn't you?
I just thought it was some kind of furry animal. So I didn't say... And the kid said, Dad, what's a ginkgo? Ask the man, he knows, he'll tell you all about it. And ask him, he's clever. Anyway, it's a tree that the dinosaurs used to munch on, and we've got one in our garden still.
Got any dinosaurs?
No, well, apparently... But if there are any left, they're probably sniffing us out right now. They'll be heading our way.
Making a beeline.
And it's not difficult to sniff out a ginkgo tree, is it?
Is it not? I wouldn't know one if it fell on me. Come on, what does it look like?
They stink.
Oh, do they?
They absolutely stink, the ginkgo tree. That's what.
No wonder there's so few of them.
Well, see, this is what he said. You got a ginkgo in your garden. I could smell it the other day when I was driving past. I thought it must be like a skunk. No, it's a tree. So I've got that going on. I've got the king prawn issue.
Yeah.
I've only just got over the elephant ears thing. Not easy being me.
It's a busy day here at Radio 2. Accident on the M62, eastbound, junction 22, Ripondon. It's blocked lane. M6, if you are southbound, it's slow. Junction 17, Sandbatch, from junction 18, Holmes-Chapel. There was an accident. It's been recovered. It's busy on the M42 southbound at junction 10, Tamworth. M11 is now closed northbound by that accident at junction 8, Stansted Airport, with a diversion via the slip roads at the junction, so it's up and over. Breakdown the M25 anti-clockwise before junction 25, the A10. That's Enfield. One lane is closed. The queues are to junction 27, which is the M11. Also, the M25 has all lanes open again. Anti-clockwise 5 to 4. M26 through to Orpington. It's a bit busy there, though. There's an accident on the M3, or at least there was, northbound, just after junction 14, the M27. It's on the hard shoulder now, but it's left queuing traffic. Back on the M27, eastbound to junction 3, which is Southampton Docks. Westbound from junction 9, Fareham. Back with more in half an hour.
So, how many millions of years ago do you think they still find regularly fossilised leaves from the ginkgo tree?
150.
270.
I was close.
270 million years ago. That's a tree. We got one of those. We got one of those. That's a tree, that is.
You're taking credit for that, aren't you?
Saying. Shall we talk about this later, Lynn? What do you think? Train travel at Christmas will see the worst delays ever. Should we talk about that?
Again?
OK, we won't. Should we talk about this? British Apple revival.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we'll do that instead. OK. That's the way we're going to go. Some shows turn left. We'll always turn right. Sarah, what up? Day's here now. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Sarah from Pottersboy in Hertfordshire. She's 9 years of age. And what did you do for the first time at the weekend?
I went to Turkey on my half-term holiday.
Now, are you still there?
Yes.
Did it get very windy?
Yes.
And rainy?
Yes.
Did you take your kite like I told you to?
No.
So what did you do instead?
I went to dinosaurs and saw an allosaurus, and the biggest dinosaur is a supersaurus.
See, we're back to dinosaurs again on my ginkgo tree, aren't we? Somehow, somewhere. So, what's the best dinosaur name you can think of?
A Patasaurus.
It's not bad, is it? OK, what are you going to do today?
I'm going to go to a water park.
OK, and how long are you in Torquay for?
A week.
What do you think of it so far?
Really fun.
Yeah, I like Torquay. Got palm trees in Torquay, haven't they? Palm trees. Bendy. Very bendy this weekend, let's hope. All right, mark yourself out of 10.
66 million years out of 10.
66 million years, see. All very Jurassic this last 5 minutes on the show. Often described as prehistoric Radio 2. OK, where we go next? You were thinking that, weren't you?
I didn't want to say it.
You transmitted it.
I didn't want to say it. Did I?
Are we getting telepathic?
I think we might be.
Right, Rebecca Hill's here. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Rebecca. A grown-up. I love the grown-ups. I love the grown-ups on Getting the Fanfare. It's from Rochester in Kent. How old are you, Rebecca?
I am 26.
26. There you are. And what are you doing for the first time ever today?
Today, my boyfriend is taking me on the Hogwarts Express.
All right, where's that?
It's in Fort William in Scotland.
How exciting. Will you come back tomorrow and tell us how it was?
Of course.
Thank you very much indeed. Grown-ups Getting a Fanfare. Kids, you got the week off. Kick back, chill out. Your assistance is no longer required. for now. 7:30. Here's Justine Green now, another grown-up with headlines.
The BBC News headlines. Owners of the most polluting cars will have to pay an extra £10 to drive into central London from today. The new T, or toxicity charge, will affect vehicles which don't meet certain emission standards. Most were registered before 2006. Public Health England is starting a new campaign to help keep antibiotics working. It warns people against taking the drugs when they don't need them and says more patients should be told to go home and rest instead. Scientists are warning that sea life around the world will be affected by oceans becoming more acidic because of carbon dioxide emissions. A new study says the number of baby cod could fall to a quarter of their current levels. 5 leading business lobby groups, including the CBI, are calling for an urgent Brexit transition deal to safeguard jobs and investment. The government says it's making tangible progress in the talks. And the weather, outbreaks of rain will move eastwards across Britain, clearing the way for brighter conditions in most places. Those are the BBC headlines. Our next news at 8.
Week 2 for Justine Green on The Breakfast Show. Will she make it to week 3?
I think so.
I think so too. Right, today's Golden Oldie, please.
Today's is chosen by John Coomer from Minehead in Somerset, and he says this 1967 hit was the first 7-inch single that I owned, kindly given to me by a family friend. 50 years after it was in the charts, the lyrics still make me smile, and I get a flood of lovely memories whenever I hear it. The track that takes John back is Traffic with Hole in My Shoe.
Thank you, Justine. Choose your Golden Oldie for Justine. bbc.co.uk/radio 2. Golden Oldie.
An elephant's eye was looking at me from a bubblegum tree, and all that I knew was the hole in my shoe, which was letting in just wasn't real, with 100 tin soldiers which stood at my shoulder, and all that I knew was the hole in my shoe, which was letting in
Hole in My Shoe. 7:34. Choose your Golden Oldie. As I say, bbc.co.uk/radio 2 our page is the Golden Oldie for Justine for the next couple of weeks. Tell Justine why it's the track that takes you back. Fridays have to be sing-alongs. Others can be, but Fridays have to be. Chris gutted. Getting ready for work. My husband's still sleeping. Split half terms. We're both teachers. Annoying, says Deb Stewart. I know. Split half terms. Lots of schools breaking up today for half term, first day for half term. Some schools broke up last week. Scotland, schools going back today. We're all over the shop. What's wrong with us? Why don't we get it together by getting together? Chris, not a new listener, but it's my first year anniversary of listening, says David Trummell. David, how come you remember the date? Was it a new job? I'm guessing it's a new job or a new sort of twist in this mystery of ours called life, and that's how you remember it. Come on. Most people don't remember their wedding anniversaries. How come you remembered your anniversary listening to our show? Please text us back and tell us, because you got me intrigued. Yes, and I'll give you a little cheeky fanfare. Here we go. Hang on a second. It's not a new listener, but it's an anniversary of a year. Stuck with us for a year. Thank you, pal. Chris, morning. My partner Pip, Phil Harris, is a new listener. He's come over from Radio 1. Ooh. Their loss is very much our gain. We'll take it. Give him a mention while he's driving his van. Kim Robinson. I listen to you every morning while walking my 3 black labs. There you are. Take those. Ben in Company says, great show. What about us home brewers? Any chance we can squeeze in on the Microbrewery Act? Yes, you can. Today's show is dedicated to all microbrewers. Our pubs are closing. Our pubs are sadly closing 1 or 2 a week, I think, still, as more coffee shops open on the high street, now charging almost as much for a coffee as for a decent beer. And that soon they're going to overtake us, aren't they? Going to overtake the beer. But microbrews and breweries in general, they've gone up by 64% to 2,000 in the last 5 years, which is great news. So Ben, no, you can get in on the act. My brother, he used to microbrew under the stairs. He used to put his big bottles with those funny airlocks on under the stairs. And all I remember from his home brewing was things exploding in the middle of the night. That's all I recall. I think he started with ginger beer and then he moved on to ale. There was lots of yeast packets around as well, discarded yeast packets around. I'm not sure what was going on there.
Take the weight off my shoulder.
Anyway, Ben, you're in with the big mention there.
See, I won't make the same mistakes when we're older. 'Cause with every step you take, I'm getting colder. So come a little closer. Just come a little closer. I don't want somebody else to call my name. No, I don't want somebody else when you could just say that you're the one who's taking me home. 'Cause I want you on my skin and my bones, knocking me off of my feet. Just say I'm the one that you need. Oh, please say that you're the one who's taking me home, so I can get you alone. Baby, don't you wanna stay a little later? 'Cause I could watch me forever. 'Cause I know you better, and you know I never need somebody else to call my name. No, I don't want somebody else when you could just say that you're the one who's taking me home. 'Cause I want you on my skin and my bones, knocking me off of my feet. Just say I'm the one that you need. Oh, please say that you're the one who's taking me home, so I can get you alone. Say that you're the one who's taking me home,
Jessie Ware.
'Cause I want you on my skin and my bones, knocking me off of my feet.
Well, listen to you lot.
Say I'm the one that you need.
All over the ginkgo tree. From Dave at Tenterden in Kent. It's only the fruit on the female tree of the ginkgo that stinks. Well, that's why I stink at the moment, because she's bearing fruit. Morning, Chris. You've got the wrong ginkgo, Bilbao. Only female ginkgos smell awful. Males don't. A common street tree in London, often planted incorrectly and creating a smelly London street, says Dicky Doodah from the forest. Well, we haven't got the wrong one. We've got our one. And we're going to love her. That's all right with everyone. Morning, Chris. The ginkgo tree, also known as the goose foot tree. Check out the leaf shape All right. An ancient tree that may possibly be the key to helping people with Alzheimer's. Paul the Mowing Man in the Republic of Mancunia. I like the sound of you, Paul.
For over 5 years, BBC Radio 2 in concert has brought you incredible and intimate live performances.
And now, over the course of 3 weeks, we present 5 world-class acts.
This is going to be a very special series of In Concert.
First up, Tears for Fears. BBC Radio 2 in concert. Giving a stage to the biggest names in music. To watch the whole show live, press the red button on your TV remote.
Tears for Fears, in concert with Radio 2.
Thursday night from 8.
Very excited. David Huss says, Dave's been back on. The reason Dave knows he's been listening to the show for exactly a year, because he did change his job a year ago. 1 year in my new job as a marketing manager that sees me leave home at 5:30 in the morning to drive to Staffordshire. There you go. I suspected as much. See, if you watch Poirot for long enough. Right, the papers. Here's what we're not going to talk about later. A Daily Express front page. 11 more wild storms on the way. Gales and snow to last all winter. A relentless series of storms will ravage Britain before the end of the winter. Including, we're hearing this morning, Storm Maeve and Storm... Hector. I suppose you can be hectored by something annoying, can't you? So... better name than Brian for a storm, I'd say. Train travel at Christmas will see the worst ever delays. Let's not talk about that either. Daily Mail front page, how to live to be 100 and why you should want to. And then inside this article written by Esther Ranson. And I think Esther could be the first human being to live to 200 years of age, because she is amazing. She's fabulous. I love Esther Ranson, always have done. Amazing broadcaster. Top of the shop. And David Attenborough's in the paper today. He's on the front page of the Telegraph. He's also talking about living to 100. He could go... by the way, Esther's a widow, isn't she? And Sir David's a widow. And they were both famously so in love with their partners, weren't they? Do you remember? They were both absolutely... as one should be, but properly devastated when they lost their partner. Just saying. Just saying. Sir David. Dame Esther. Imagine if they got together and lived to 200. They could still have their 100th wedding anniversary. Still to come. And Sir David says today, Blue Planet 2 is the real deal. Everybody looking forward to this. The hype around this is massive. I thought it was already on, but it's not, is it? Does it start a week yesterday? We can't wait for it in our house. And the footage that you're seeing from Blue Planet in the papers at the moment. And also you can see this sort of extra long trail online at the moment on the BBC website, on the BBC iPlayer. It's all very, very exciting stuff. Post Strictly News, of course, in all the papers. 10.27 million people tune into Strictly, and that's without catch-up over the weekend. Brian went this week. Storm Brian, says one of the papers. And interviews in the papers today with the lovely lady, the comedian. What's her name? Forgotten her name. Susan Coleman, who's really having the greatest time ever on Strictly. I love her. I don't know, I've never met her, never interviewed her, never been in the same room as her, but she just seems like a properly nice person, doesn't she? Dancing into the 6th round Halloween night next week with Kevin.
Like the legend of the Phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you want wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get. 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 We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We've come so far to give up who we are. To get lucky. Let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. To get lucky. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.
Daft Punk, Pharrell Williams. Get lucky. Merrily rushing in with what seems like an urgent text. Okay, breaking brewing news here. Thanks for the dedication to all of us. A somewhat dying breed. No, you're not a somewhat dying breed. You're a growing breed. Have you not heard the news? We have a family run, still successful, thankfully, pub and microbrewery. Oh, I know what you mean with the pubs. Thanks to all our staff and customers from Ellie at the Bluebell Inn in Wapload Street in Catherine. Go and support your local brewers and your local pubs if you can. Front page of the Mirror here, the brand new doctor and a companion, Jodie Whittaker. She's not got one assistant, she's got three and one returning, including Bradley Walsh. So these pictures of the Blue Planet again, what a tease. I mean, how many millions of people are going to watch? Is it on at 8 p.m? I presume it is, isn't it? Because it's kiddie friendly at 8 p.m. I think 8 p.m. BBC One is what I'm predicting. I could find out. I mean, we work at the same place. But it's more fun to guess, I've always found. And less arduous. So now I'm thinking 8 p.m. Sunday, the brand new Blue Planet 2. That's just been confirmed, yeah. And here we have star of the first episode, God of the Sea, the giant trevally fish, which can grow up to 5.5 feet long. Now, it doesn't look like the most speedy fish in the waters, but it is 37 miles per hour. This is the secret superstar of the sea. And can jump out, and will jump out in episode 1, will jump 6 feet into the air and swallow a tern on full wing, that's a tern bird, T-E-R-N, in one.
I saw footage of this. It is gobsmacking.
It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah, just the photo alone. I can't wait to see the footage, but that photo in the paper there is incredible.
So next Sunday, you've got the Strictly Results show, you've got the Halloween week, week 7, followed by Blue Planet 2. Good luck, everyone else. Just saying. This is not us being smug. I'm just genuinely, good luck, we feel your pain. I mean, the two absolute behemoths. Talking about Esther Ranson getting together with Sir David Attenborough. Of course, they're both broadcasters. He ran BBC Two, I think, didn't he? While she was around, she was reigning the world with That's Life. That was all. They've got so much in common. I wonder if they get on. They must have met. What do you think then?
Yeah, they must.
Are you staying out of this?
I think
I'm trying to play Cupid to two of Britain's national treasures here.
Leave them alone.
Well, what's funny, because the Grand Prix, the Austin Grand Prix, I thought I'd recorded it so we could watch it after the terrible Liverpool game.
Yeah.
Did Liverpool lose?
Yes.
More on that in a minute. Yeah.
But it took so long for the Americans to introduce the drivers. They did it with the that famous, what's his name? Mike, the famous boxing intro guy.
Oh, the Michael Buffer.
Yeah, Michael Buffer. He, here on the red corner, he introduced every driver. It took 15 minutes. Yeah. And apparently it took so long that it interfered with our hydration preparation because the people who were called out first had to stand on the track for 15 minutes and it was like really? 120 degrees. It's like, get on with it. And I got to tell you, In the first 3 minutes of the Strictly Results show, which is the professionals dance, which is our favourite part of the whole weekend, there was more entertainment in that 3 minutes than the whole of the American Grand Prix.
Oh, really? Was it a little dull?
It was all right at the beginning of the end. It was a bit of a donut Grand Prix. But seriously, I mean that was...
So what we need to tell Liberty Media, who have just bought F1, that they need Susan Calman and the rest of them at the next Grand Prix in Mexico.
They need
Do a dance for the stars.
They need a few sequins here and there. I mean, the last lap was very exciting.
It was.
Max Verstappen last corner, overtaking Raikkonen. Right, British apple revival. Hundreds of local orchards help bring back lost varieties. Here we go. Back. You got the knobby russet, everyone. You got Green Ups Pippin, this large type that was discovered in the late 1700s by a shoemaker named... What? Green Up. There
Probably,
you go.
yeah.
And you got the Hanwell Souring, you got the Captain Palmer, you got what looks lovely here, the Lord Peckover. This apple tends to be lopsided, bless it, with a perfume flesh. It was discovered in the 1920s, but it looks nice. Perfume flesh, excellent. And there's one here that tastes of a couple of things. Here we go. Where is it? It's the Pitmaston Pine, first arising in Herefordshire or Worcestershire in 1785. This type is described as honey sweet with a hint of pineapple and a rough skin. That's an apple you want to make friends with, isn't it?
Is the pink lady on there?
The pink lady's not, because she's not come back because she's already here. Right. So these are people. These are sort of
heritage breeds.
Phoenix apples, rising from the ashes.
They're like the Gloucester Old Spot.
Right. And this is because we're getting the ideal summers for growing them, and also local orchards are looking at they're looking
it's kind
after
of community orchards, isn't it? Getting together.
It's just a lovely story. It's a great British story, and it's a very happy story. And they all look gorgeous. They all look nice, but because we're getting very wet and hot summers, it's raining one day, it's bright sunshine the next. This is perfect for juicy apples. We talked about this with the cider harvest, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago? Cider festival's still going on, by the way. Ooh. Catch one while you can. Ooh. But terrible news for Britain's beekeepers.
Yeah, not grand.
Not great. Okay, but let's move on to this.
Well,
there you go, Mike.
Chris, let's start in Austin, Texas, where, as we've been talking about, one man stands on the brink of making Formula One history.
Lewis Hamilton, out of the final corner, wins the United States Grand Prix. He's so close now to a fourth World Championship title.
Lewis Hamilton all but wrapped up the world title with victory at the US Grand Prix. His rival Sebastian Vettel was second, but Hamilton is now 66 points clear with just 3 races to go, meaning he's on the verge of becoming the most successful British F1 driver ever.
Growing up, seeing the greats, Sir Sterling, and meeting him, and Damon, and James, and Jim, and to be up there with their results, it just doesn't feel... Will you pinch me?
I would never do that. Well, a little pinch. There we go.
That's not enough pinch. I'm not going to wait.
Okay, a really hard pinch. There we go.
Yeah, no, it's still real. It's a good feeling.
Jenny Gower getting up close and personal with Lewis. He now looks set to win the title in a week's time at the Mexican Grand Prix. Elsewhere, it was a bad day for Liverpool.
Do we have to play this clip?
Hit the button.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Come on, hit the button.
Kane is round Mignolet and scores with his left foot. Son is steaming through the middle here. Kane finds him. Son scores. That's going to fall for Dele Alli. Volleys it into the bottom corner. And Tottenham are flying at Wembley.
Well done, Tottenham.
Painful listening for Liverpool fans this morning. Tottenham winning 4-1 at Wembley in the end, thanks to 2 more goals from that man, Harry
There were
Kane.
other games this weekend, you know.
There were. Let's talk about them. Ronald Koeman's future as Everton's manager looks dicey after they were beaten 5-2 at home to Arsenal. Norwich won the East Anglian derby, and Motherwell will face Celtic in the Scottish League Cup final after Louis Malt's brace saw them beat Rangers 2-0. And there were victories for Exeter and Wasps in Rugby Union's European Champions Cup. Defeat, though, for Ulster. And in cricket, England made a bad start to their defence of the Women's Ashes. They lost the first one-dayer by 2 wickets.
Thank you, Mike. Vassos still in Snowdon. Apparently he climbed Mount Snowdon yesterday. Kids and all, back down in one piece. Here's Lynn.
Mollinsburn, M73 is slow northbound to an accident at the M80 interchange, 1 lane closed. Just heard traffic's being held on the M6. Southbound at junction 35, Carnforth, there's an accident there. Accident on the M62, it's eastbound at junction 22, Ripponden, 1 lane is closed. M6 is still busy towards junction 17, Sandbach from the junction 18 area, which is Holmes Chapel, after an accident was recovered. Queues on the M42 if you're travelling south towards junction 10 at Tamworth. 2 lanes closed by an accident. The tailback's back onto the A42 M42 as you head back towards Ashby de la Zouche. Lorries broken down on the M42. That's one's northbound 2 to 3 at Redditch. The queue's getting back onto the M5. M11 is closed northbound by the accident at Junction 8, which is Stansted Airport. There's a diversion via the slip roads at the junction, though. Breakdown on the M25 anti-clockwise before 25 the A10 at Enfield. One lane closed. Queues to the Junction 27 M11 exit. Accident on the M3 northbound after Junction 14 the M27. Queues back onto the M27 eastbound from Southampton, westbound from Junction 9 at Ferrum, and there's an accident near Newport, South Wales. M4, it's queuing eastbound to Junction 25 from Junction 29. That's the A48M from Cardiff. If you're westbound, there's also a delay there. There's been an accident near Junction 26. I'm back with more in half an hour.
All right, thank you so much, Lynn. On the way, anything you want to talk about, more International Radio 2 calling. If you're listening overseas, please tell us who you are, where you are, why you're there, who you're with. Will we ever see you again? We'll take some of those. We're talking to a Strictly Survivor live at 8:15, talking more about elephants. And can anybody help me out with king prawns? The kids want to know king prawns. How does a prawn become a king prawn, and where are all the queen prawns? All right, just to make my life a bit easier during the second week of half term.
When they get to the back of the board, isn't it? Don't you king on that?
That'd be a pawn, wouldn't it? Not a prawn, you prawn.
Really close.
And don't bring shrimps into it. I think shrimps are the subjects of the king prawns and their king... I don't know. It's all about sovereignty. Listening to the show this morning whilst taking my lambs to market. I heard you mention you're celebrating microbreweries. Well, we're a small farm in the Peak District. Oh, the idyllic. Just setting up a microbrewery. Does it get any better? Yes, it does. We'll be bringing our first beer for Christmas. Ian, my other half, is the brewer. He's actually a pharmacist come farmer. So he's a farmer assist. So he's going to be brilliant at microbrewing, isn't he? He's going to know all the things you need to know. No things exploding under the stairs for him. We had this open staircase, then my dad filled in the gap beneath the staircase so my mum could use it as a cupboard, and then my brother used it to brew his home brewing, and it acted as an echo chamber for all the explosions. We barely got any sleep for 5 or 6 years. By the way, we think the space under the stairs, we think it doesn't actually have an official name. Not an alcove, is it? Hoover cupboard, no. Not having that. Justine Green's here with the news. It's 8 o'clock and this is BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 8 o'clock on Monday the 23rd of October. Good morning. A new pollution charge has come into force to discourage owners of older cars from driving in central London. A campaign against superbugs says too many antibiotics are still being prescribed. And a British diver who was pursued by a giant shark off Western Australia says he's lucky to be alive. Owners of older, more polluting cars will have to pay an extra £10 to drive in central London from today. The toxicity charge, or T charge, will typically apply to diesel and petrol vehicles registered before 2006 and will be levied on top of the congestion charge, bringing the total cost to £21.50. Motorists have been giving their reaction.
It's probably a good thing. It doesn't affect me because I've got a new car which, from the sound of things, won't be affected.
That'd be a good thing. You know, I breathe the air, so it's important.
I'm trying to get a motorbike in town and I know you have to get it in a certain year. That's why I've had to try and source a motorbike which is post-2007 so that it doesn't fall into that category. You'll lose all the nice classic cars and motorbikes in town.
There's a call today for more patients to be told to go home and rest rather than being prescribed unnecessary antibiotics. People are being urged to trust their doctor's advice as part of a new campaign to tackle the threat of drug-resistant superbugs. England's chief medical officer said the public had a critical role to play. Here's our health reporter, James Gallagher.
Antibiotics are vital in cases like sepsis, pneumonia and bacterial meningitis. But Public Health England says up to a fifth of prescriptions are unnecessary as many common infections clear up on their own. It says giving out antibiotics for coughs and sore throats is creating drug-resistant bacteria and that 5,000 people die from such infections each year. The Keep Antibiotics Working campaign will say the public has to play its part in preventing the rise of superbugs and that for some infections, rest, fluids and paracetamol will do the job.
The UK's biggest business lobby groups, including the Institute of Directors and the CBI, are calling for an urgent Brexit transition deal to safeguard jobs and investment. In a letter being sent to the Brexit Secretary, David Davis, the group warns that time is running out. Meanwhile, a German newspaper has claimed that Theresa May begged for help with Brexit during a private dinner last week with the President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker. A major study has concluded that all marine life around the world will be affected as the oceans become more acidic. The findings from the Bioacid Project, an 8-year study led by researchers in Germany. Here's our environment analyst, Roger Harrabin.
CO2 emissions are warming the planet. They're also being soaked up by the oceans. And because CO2 is mildly acidic, that's turning seawater more acidic. Since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, ocean acidity has increased by around a quarter. This huge study concludes that some organisms may benefit from this change, but others will be harmed, and all life in the sea will be affected by the resulting shifts in the food web. The report projects that the number of cod growing to maturity will shrink to just a quarter of the current level.
An undercover investigation by the BBC has revealed that cocaine, counterfeit goods and stolen passports are being openly traded on a UK website. The Inside Out programme, to be broadcast on BBC One this evening, found widespread evidence of illegal activity on the classified ad site Craigslist. A British diver who was stalked by a giant tiger shark off the coast of Western Australia has said he's lucky to be alive. John Craig from Sunderland became separated from his boat and was forced to swim several miles to shore as the shark pursued him. Our Sydney correspondent Hull Griffith reports on a remarkable escape.
An experienced diver, John Craig, was spearfishing in an area known as Shark Bay when his boat and his dive partner were both swept away. He says his shouts and screams only drew the attention of the local marine life, including a 4-metre-long tiger shark, which started circling. As he started to swim for safety, the shark pursued him for 15 minutes. It took a full 3 hours of moving calmly without splashing before he eventually reached the shore and was spotted by a marine rescue pilot. Despite the experience, Mr. Craig says he'll happily dive in the same place again.
And the weather: after a cloudy start, rain will spread eastwards. Occasional showers are likely in Scotland and Northern Ireland this afternoon. And today, top temperatures 14 Celsius in Edinburgh, 15 in Belfast, 16 in Cardiff and 17 in London. BBC News, it's 8:05.
Thank you very much, Justine.
Online, on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
Here we go. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, hello and good morning.
How do you like your eggs in the morning?
I like mine with a kiss.
Happy Monday, everyone. You're listening to the Chris Evans Breakfast Show on BBC Radio 2.
And Harry Belafonte every Monday to help you get going.
Shake, shake, shake.
Pep in your step.
Shake your body liner. Shake, 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 Sinora. Shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora. Work your body liner. Work, 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 Sinora. Work it all the time. My girl's name is Sonora. I tell you, friends, I adore her. And when she dances, oh brother, she's a hurricane in all kinds of weather. Jump in the line, rock your body and time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body and time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body and time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body and time. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. You can talk about cha-cha, tango, waltz or the rumba. Sinora's dance has no title. You jump in the saddle, hold on to the bridle. Jump in the line, rock your body and time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body, child. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Somebody help me. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Yes. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. Sinora, she's a sensation, the reason for aviation. And fellas, you got to watch it. When she wind up, she bottom, she go like a rocket. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. High star skirts a little higher. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Off the chimney, jump in the line, rock your body in time. Whoa. Shake, 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 Sinora. Shake your body line. Work, 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 Sinora. Work it all the time. Dance, 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 Sinora. Dance it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora. Work it all the time. Sinora dances calypso. Left to right is the tempo, and when she gets the sensation, she go up in the air, come down in slow motion. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Somebody help me. Jump in.
Harry Belafonte, jump in the line.
Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body in time.
Right, from one Harry to another Harry.
Shake, shake.
I'm thinking for 2018, the new Monday song
shake, shake, shake.
Which was one of Harry's from Raynham in Kent's oldies on Steve's show on Friday. And I texted Steve during the show because the non-stop oldies on Friday were the best non-stop oldies I've ever heard. I mean, obviously, I'm of an age. And I said to Steve, what do you think? He said, I agree with you, but it's our era, isn't it? This guy, I can't remember his surname. His first name was Harry from Raynham in Kent, and he absolutely nailed it. I said to Steve, he should do this for a living. But there was one song in there. Oh, there was one song in there. It's actually an instrumental, but it's such a good tune. That could happen next year, courtesy of Harry from Raynham in Kent. Thank you, Harry. Harry, can you get involved in our show at some point? All right, today's show is dedicated to all micro brewers. Burgeoning in numbers. Good news. Up by 64% in the last 5 years. Over 2,000 of them now in Britain. Well done, you guys. Mentions for a couple of you here. Morning, Chris. Can say a big thank you to John and Miriam, both well into their autumn years. They work tirelessly bringing a selection of fine ales to the table. Based in South Dartmouth, near Dartford. Their flagship brew is the Dartford Wobbler. We had an indigenous bird called the Dartford Warbler. I don't know if they're related to Justin in Dartford. Well, Justin, if you need some help tasting and testing, we're your gang. Kate, Chris says... Sorry, Kate says to me, I'm Chris, that's it. Sorry. The Wizard of Southey Brewing, Penge and Darren, who effortlessly run our pub, the London Beer Dispensary, they need a mention too. Okay, you got it. Right, the space under the stairs. What the heck's it called? The space under the stairs is the under the stairs cupboard, says Sign Talkie. So, all right, come on, we've got to give it a name. That's like calling Buckingham Palace a building. Hands in Newmarket. Chris, we have the closet under the stairs. Suppose so. We also call it the Potter's Room, just for fun. Chris, space under the stairs in Wales is called the Cutch in our family anyway, says Annabelle in Penrith. Well, Annabelle, Alex Jones, she of the One Show, my good friend, she always said to me, Cutch is cute or a hug. So I don't know what's going on there. Alexander in Stoke-on-Trent, I always thought it was called the vestibule. Hang on a minute, Alexander. The vestibule? Ooh, listen to you. Stairs space is called the Spench, says Chris in North Wales. We'll check that out. According to the Urban Dictionary, you're right. Cubby hole, says Nick in Chester. No, too big for a cubby hole. Cubby holes are small, they're just little holes. What about the cubby under the stairs, says Lou in Worcester. Just the cubby without the hole. That rings a bell. I think that's what my mum called it. The cubby under the stairs. That's it, you win.
Ever wondered about the lies that have stolen my thunder? In the haze of my mind, all the wires were crossed. I love you, but I'm lost. From the flame to the spark, I'll remember to a fire on the 5th of November. We escaped from the All we needed was some time. All we needed was some time. I love you, but I'm lost. I love you, but I'm lost.
It's a grower, isn't it? We played it a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was okay. I love it now. Tears for Fears, I Love You, But I'm Lost. And they're in concert. They're live in concert, kicking off our brand new season of In Concert. This Thursday, 8 o'clock, Joe Wiley. Tears for Fears starring. First to 5. Exciting stuff. All right, so I think the cubby under the stairs. My mum called it the cubby under the stairs, not cubby hole. Cubby hole's smaller than a cubby. We could look up the word cubby, I suppose. I'm just going to leave it there. My mum says it. Fine by me. Done deal. 16 minutes past 8. All right, so any news on the king prawns? No? Okay, so we've sorted out the cubby hole under the stairs. By the way, when my dad filled it in, because it wasn't a cubby under the stairs, it was just under the stairs, and then he sort of put some plywood or hardboard. I can't remember what he did with it, but he put it up there and he turned it into a cupboard so we could put stuff under there, and it was all hidden away. It's all neat and tidy. And then my brother carried on putting his home brew under the stairs, and as it exploded in the night, it was now louder because it's like this kind of echo chamber. But also it got warmer in there because there was a door in it, which I think is what caused the explosions in the first place. So just a disaster, or the perfect storm, really, the perfect homebrew storm for things going wrong. But people really sorting out homebrew now, as opposed to back then in the 70s. What else do we need to know? Yeah, king prawns. Kids. My kids want to know, how does a prawn become a king prawn, and where are all the queen prawns?
Growing up in a terraced house, we had little choice but to be close to our neighbours, especially Mrs. Sykes next door.
I look at children's programmes coming up this afternoon.
She could be counted on not only to bang on the wall when our telly was too loud, but also to be the first round with a box of candles in a power cut. But is the same true today?
All we see around here is homes being built for the wealthy and no one lives in it.
As part of BBC Radio 2's Faith in the World Week, I'll be exploring the question, who are our neighbours?
We're grieving for people that have died. It's intensified our relationships as neighbours.
Who is my neighbour? With me, the Reverend Kate Botley, Tuesday night at 10 on BBC Radio 2.
We had to move the hamster from under the stairs once we filled in the stairs and turned it into a cubby because it was too hot in there for the hamster. And also he was getting deafened by all these explosions going off in the middle of that. Why was it so warm under there? Well, because the electric meter was there, you see. Emitting a bit of heat. Chris, we call the space under the stairs the TARDIS, obviously. Obviously. Who's that from? Nick, obviously. From Dorset. Obs. Right, the Strictly Glitter Ball is still spinning, and we're now 5 weeks into BBC One's Ballroom Bonanza. One brilliant former boy band star has been one of the competitors' top performers consistently week in, week out so far, and continues to impress this weekend with a wonderful waltz. Please welcome the Aston-ishing Aston Marigold. I thought you did there. Very good. Good morning, Aston.
Morning, mate. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you today?
Yeah, very, very well, thank you.
So, Strictly Mondays, what are they like?
Honestly, it's probably like the most exciting day is definitely Saturday night. Sunday, you're excited to get through. Monday, you're kind of like, oh no, here we go again, because you have no idea. You have no idea to any move of your routine. So you're like, oh no, I have to learn this routine before Saturday. So the panic starts to happen Monday morning. So this is panic morning.
You're feeling slightly sick now, would that be fair?
Yeah, a little bit motion sickness already.
Yeah, another mountain to climb, yeah, but you just don't know the route or how tall the mountain is. And obviously, exactly. Some dances come easier to everybody as opposed to other dances. What are you heading towards for Halloween week?
This week we're doing a Paso Doble to Nirvana. So it's so they said it's the first time anyone's ever danced to Nirvana on the show, and so obviously I have to try and make it somewhat special. So yeah,
and I bet the band are looking forward to a bit of Nirvana. I certainly am. I can't wait. It's going to be brilliant.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
And I think as far as ticking the boxes on Strictly, the one sort of the first big box to tick is I want to get to Halloween week, isn't it? I would imagine.
Yeah, that's definitely it. That's definitely it. I think you make Halloween. You kind of like it's one of their their biggest weeks in Strictly history. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, besides movie week and whatever, but yeah, Halloween's a big one. Very, very big one.
Because Film Week just happens, and isn't it everybody still in for Film Week? Because the first week nobody gets knocked out, so everybody has to go at Film Week. Then Halloween week is week 6, and then the next sort of benchmark would be Blackpool, I would imagine, wouldn't it?
But yeah, Blackpool's definitely a proper moment in Strictly as well. Do you know what I mean? That's the one that everyone starts going. You just hear people backstage going, "Okay, and at Blackpool it's going to be this," and you're a bit like, "Whoa, okay, this is all getting quite serious."
It's a massive deal, Aston.
Exactly.
Well, I think you're going to make Blackpool. I think you're going to waltz, forgive the phrase, Halloween. So you are consistently right up there. You're one of the favourites to make it to the final, along with Jetman Rara, your partner. And so your whole life is a bit of a learning curve at the moment. You have inspired our producer, the wonderful Miss Ellie here, to buy a pregnancy pillow.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably not me. My lovely girlfriend.
No, I know, but your coverage of said pregnancy pillow.
Yep, that's it. It's honestly, it's a quite an amazing thing, to be honest. I mean, obviously, I get to sleep next to it, but it's it is. They are quite amazing, and Sarah, she swears by it now. She's like, it's so comfortable, it's amazing. So I'm just glad that she's happy, and baby is cooking nicely in there, so it's great.
Right. So before she was just swearing, and now she swears happy about the pillow.
Exactly.
It's much better. All right, so when's the baby due?
In January.
Okay.
Hopefully January, anyway.
Hang on a minute. Does that mean you are, or you're not going on the Strictly tour?
Oh, well, this is the thing. I'm like, hopefully, if I could try and get a day off, and I'm not going to miss the birth. So, if the Strictly tour does get to happen for me, then I'm going to have to try and hopefully jet off, or not miss a show. Hopefully.
Good luck with that decision. All right. So you lost one of your best mates, didn't you, on Sunday night, Brian?
Yeah.
Brian went.
Yeah. He did. Still, honestly, it's so hard to watch, like, that part of the show. We're all up in kind of Claudia's area, and it's just it's not nice, especially this group with Brian. I was very, very upset. So he's going to be missed.
All right, pal. Well, listen, lovely to talk to you. Good luck with everything. Is there anything I've missed out? I think there's a question I meant to ask you, which I haven't. Just stay. Oh yeah, no, the backflip. You've thank you, Miss Ellie. You have said, because you can backflip and you're pretty good at it, and you've done it a lot. We've seen it many times. You've said backflipping is a cinch compared to learning a new routine on Strictly. Is that really true?
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, when I was like a kid, I learned to backflip in like a couple of minutes. I was like, it's just fun. This is like my football celebration, whatever. And then, honestly, when you look at some of these pro dancers, and they've been dancing since they were like, they can learn to walk. And even now, they're learning these routines, and they're so difficult. This discipline is like no other, honestly. As enjoyable as the show is, it's honestly so hard, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Good luck with Monday. I can actually feel your pain. I can feel it in your voice. I can sort of, here we go again. It's great fun on a Saturday, but blimey, O'Reilly, what you got to put into compared to what you get out. Listen, Raston, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the telly on Saturday.
Thanks, mate. Take care.
You're very welcome. I suppose learning a routine on Strictly is more difficult than backflipping if you can backflip. I mean, that's the key there, isn't it, I suppose? Still go for a Strictly routine, to be honest.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with?
If you've just tuned in, nobody's died. Just tune in now, we're just at the Aston on. He used to be in JLS and he's in Strictly and he danced to this on Saturday, but nobody's died. Sorry, I should have mentioned it before. It's my fault. What are you playing this for? Lovely song and all that. Stop talking over it. All right, I will.
Take my whole
as it is, it's Monday morning for heaven's sake. I've got to wake people up here. Right. Also starring on Strictly's results show were these guys, The Script, will.i.am, Hall of Fame. They weren't singing this one, though. They were singing the new single, which I rather love.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war, you can talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock, you can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck, dedicate yourself and you go find yourself. Standing in the Hall of Fame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. You can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you can get the gold, breaking all the records they thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try? Do it for your country, do it for your name, cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Politicians be preachers, yeah. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, be truth seekers. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers, yeah. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions. Standing in the Hall of Fame, yeah.
The Script, will.i.am, Hall of Fame. My wife basically cries all the way through Strictly nowadays. It's very hormonal at the moment, it's got to be said, but for all the right reasons. But the pros dance on a Sunday, the first dance on a Sunday, they open the show with this 3-minute dance, and it's always spectacular. And we always say the same things in between the blubbing, to my right hand side usually. She always sits on my right. I've just realised that. What's that about? Kids on the left, wife on the right, and there they are stuck in the middle with me. And she says, how do they fit the time in to rehearse this dance whilst
that's
training?
What I always think. Yeah.
Do you think the same thing?
I think they are incredible.
They are incredible. People. They are so good at their jobs, aren't they? And that's what They opened the show with that dance last night, the pros dance, and then they followed that with a montage of all the people in the show just finishing their dances, all the celebs, and they just finished their dance. It's the point where they hug their pro dancer, and it's all about relief. It's just like, thank God it's over. It may not have gone as well as we thought. Oh my goodness me, it went brilliantly. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Oh, don't worry about it. And it was a 2-minute montage. It was just gorgeous. It just made you feel great. Well, I mean, we had a fantastic Sunday yesterday. We didn't think it could get any better. And then we watched the Strictly results show, and it was fantastic. And then we watched the end of the American Grand Prix, and that brought us back down to earth again. It's fine. No, who's your favourite male dancers? Well, I think I love Kevin. We know Kevin. Kevin does a lot for us and children. He's a lovely fella and very popular with the viewers, isn't he, Kevin? And I love Anton. I think he just makes me laugh, and because he takes it all so unseriously. He realises he's knocking on the door of 50.
I don't believe you.
He's had a great life. He's had a great career. He's just had a child, hasn't he, with his lovely missus. It's twins, wasn't it? It was twins. Yeah, I thought it was twins. And he just
can rock sequined pink trousers, no trouble.
And he's thinking, I don't know how long I've got left in the show, but I'm gonna enjoy every minute. But I think that our joint favourite, my wife and I's joint favourite male dancer is Ali Ash. We just love the bones of that bloke. I've never met him. I don't know him. He's never been in here. Many of the dancers have been in here. But can I put in a request for Ali Ash later? I just think he's absolutely gorgeous. Don't know why, just think he is. 8:30. Here's Lynn now with the travel.
Mollinsburn, M73 northbound, slow to junction with the M80. There was an accident. It's been removed. M6 southbound at a halt, junction 35 Carnforth. There's an accident there. M62 is busy in both directions, junction 21 to 22. This is Milne Road to Ripon. It's because there's an accident on each side of the road. Queues on the M42 southbound towards junction 10 at Tamworth. It's all the way back onto the A42, back towards junction 12, Ashby de la Zouche. There was an accident on the road. It's been removed. It's still very slow, and northbound is slow to the scene as well. Also, the breakdown on the M42 northbound at Redditch 2 to 3, that one's been removed. M11 still closed northbound, an accident at junction 8, Stansted Airport. The diversion takes you via the slip roads. M3 is heavy north towards Winchester at junction 11. Queues back onto the M27. Eastbound, it's been heavy from junction 3, Southampton Docks area. Westbound, it's been back to junction 9, Fareham. Accident on the M4 near Newport, South Wales. It's been removed. It was eastbound, junction 25. It's been very slow from the Cardiff side, though, at junction 29. Also a westbound delay past Newport. There's an accident after junction 26. One lane closed. Queues from the Cauldre, which is junction 24. Back with more in half an hour.
I've also got a soft spot for Brendan. I do like Brendan, and I hope he's not leaving. I think he's great. He's a good dancer, Brendan. Very good dancer.
I like Gorka.
I thought you might. Right.
He's lovely.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Lots of people saying the same thing.
Are they?
Yes,
That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Mostly females. And listen to this, Lynn. Listen to this.
What?
Do you know what that is?
It sounds like silence to me.
It's all quiet on the king prawn front.
Nobody cares.
Well, nobody knows.
Do you think?
Or maybe nobody knows and nobody cares. Not good news for the king prawns.
I think they're getting on all right.
Thousands of texts about what you call under the stairs. Not a single text about when's a prawn become a king prawn and where are all the queen prawns. Here's the Queen of the News, Justine Green.
Thanks very much, Chris. For BBC Headlines, a new pollution charge is being introduced from today to discourage the owners of older, more polluting cars from driving in central London. The £10 charge will typically apply to diesel and petrol vehicles registered before 2006 and will be on top of the general congestion charge. Public Health England says more patients should be told to go home and rest rather than be given antibiotics. It says that up to a fifth of prescriptions are unnecessary and overuse of antibiotics is making infections harder to treat. 5 prominent UK business groups are calling for an urgent Brexit transition deal to safeguard jobs and investment. Separately, a German newspaper has published an account that claims Theresa May begged for help with Brexit during a private dinner with the European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker last Monday. Scientists say some marine species are facing a sharp decline as the world's oceans become more acidic because of carbon dioxide emissions. Their report warns that the number of cod reaching adulthood could fall to a quarter or even a 12th of today's levels. And the weather, rain will clear, allowing brighter conditions later this afternoon. Those are the BBC headlines. Our next news at 9.
Thank you, Justine. Right, we have today's 60 Smashes. Every Monday, what was the year for Jerry and the Pacemakers? I like it.
I like it, I like it. I like the way you run your fingers through my hair. And I like the way you tickle my chin. And I like the way you let me come in when your mama ain't there. I like it, I like it. I like the words you say and all the things you do. And I like the way you straighten my tie, and I like the way you're winking your eye, and I know I like you. You know I like you. Do that again. You're driving me insane. Kiss me once more. That's another thing I like you for. I like it. I like it. I like the funny feeling being here with you. And I like it more with every day. And I like it always hearing you say you're liking it too. You're liking it too. I'm asking you, what do you wanna do? Do you agree that the world was made for you and me? I like it.
Kids, stand by for the Elephant Lady.
I like the funny
It could be our first ever Great Job Monday, to be honest. Live in Kenya, we talked to a lady who met her first elephant when she was 6 weeks old. Now is a conservationist in the Great Rift in Kenya. So brilliant is this lady. When Merrily was talking to her for research purposes, Merrily burst into tears. I like that. Jet and the Pacemakers, no, I really do like it. 1963. Higher or lower than a 63? Sorry, 63. Bit too excited. 63 for the Hollies and Bus Stop.
Bus stop, where day she's there.
Elephant Lady on the way.
Please share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus goes, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it, wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we employed it, by August she was mine. Every morning I would see her waiting at the stop. Sometimes she'd shop and she would show me what she'd bought. All the people stared as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. That's the way the whole thing started. Silly, but it's true. I'm thinking of a sweet romance beginning in a queue. Came the sun, the ice was melting, no more sheltering now. Nice to think that that umbrella led me to a vow. Every morning I would see her waiting at the stop. Sometimes she'd shop and she would show me what she bought. All the people stared as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. Bus stop, wet day, she's there, I say, please share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus goes, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it, wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we employed it.
Well, lots of people sharing our love for Ali Ash. Seems so genuine, it's that smile. And also, he's an amazing dancer. I know he's a pro dancer, he's bound to be, but he really is. He's shaping during his duet yesterday with, was it OT? I can't remember. I think it was OT, yes. Was it OT? I think it was. Whilst the script were playing. Amazing. Magnificent. Higher or lower than a 63 for the Hollies Bus Stop? Mike Williams.
I think higher.
You are right. 1966. Any reason why, you think?
Just because 63 was quite early in the decade.
All
so
right,
I went,
All right.
I hedged my bets.
Let's move on to Elephant Lady.
Hello, I'm Greg James.
And I'm Dottie.
We're here to tell you that on Friday nights on BBC One,
You'll just
wanna have fun and get rowdy.
Right, so let's get
On the pavement.
Exactly.
Then again, we could just say that it's a brand new music show featuring your favourite artists and some unique performances.
Plus sketches and loads more.
It's also live, so who knows what will happen.
Kiss you once, a kiss, kiss.
Well, that isn't going to happen.
Sounds like Friday night. Starts this Friday at 7:30 on BBC One.
Good luck with that, guys. Very much looking forward to seeing it 21-9. Today's Not So Mystery Guest with Mike Williams.
Well, Chris, on Friday, Noah taught us about two types of African elephants, forest and savannah. And your Not So Mystery Guest today has grown up with these magnificent mammals and is live from her conservation camp in Kenya. It's Saba Douglas Hamilton.
Good morning, Saba.
Good morning.
So good to talk to you. So, this breaking elephant news, this is big news in the elephant world. What more can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, it is interesting looking back at the history of elephants because People always know about Asian elephants and they know about African elephants, but not many people know that there are actually two species of African elephants, which are, I think the African forest elephant is much smaller than the savanna elephant. It's more similar in some ways to the Asian elephant. But actually, the Asian elephant is more closely related to mammoths than it is to the African elephant.
See, that's a great fact. I love that. And also, you can tell, because you're a genius and you're going to share this with us now, you don't just have to... it's not just about having equipment to study the DNA to know the difference between a forest elephant and a savanna elephant. You can tell from looks alone, because you call one of them the Dracula elephant. Which one is that and why?
Well, when you go and meet the forest elephants, it's fascinating because their tusks are placed in a quite different position from the savanna elephant. They have these amazing downward pointed tusks that make them look like Dracula, and that's why we call them that. They're very, I think it makes it much easier for them to pass through the forest rather than having tusks that stick out towards the front. And the other interesting thing about them is that all elephants communicate by infrasound, but the forest elephants have a much deeper call than the savanna elephants does. They can go down to about 2 hertz, which is incredibly low and way below human hearing. And that's probably because infrasound at the level travels better through the dense forest environment.
And you really have been brought up with elephants all your life. So you met your first one when you were 6 weeks old. Obviously, you can't remember that. What have you been told about it?
I know, I don't remember that, but I had an amazing encounter with a female who was this very gentle, very curious young female who had got to know my parents, who were the first looking at elephant social behaviour in the wild back in the 1960s and 70s. And she came out and actually came right up to my mother, who was on foot carrying me in her arms, and reached out her trunk and blew air all over my body to smell me. So I always like to think I was baptised in elephant breath all those years ago.
Well, I think you probably were. Now, have I imagined this? Tell me, Sabe, if you don't mind. I think that my favourite piece of footage ever, of all time, is of an elephant, a baby elephant being born, and the elephant's born in the bag, and then there's the sack, and then the sack hits the floor and splits open, and then the baby elephant has a certain amount of time in order to get up and be part of the world, and if it doesn't get up in time, it will actually perish. And its mum is up against the clock trying to nudge this elephant to get up on all fours, and with only seconds to go, she just about manages it. Now, have I imagined that footage, or does that exist?
Well, I've not seen that. I mean, anyone who's managed to film an elephant birth is incredibly lucky, because it's something that often takes place at night. So it's not something that we see very often. But, elephants are incredibly good mothers and very tender. And when babies are born, they're sort of born in amongst this great forest of trunks and legs as all the females come around them in a great defensive circle with their tusks pointing outwards to ward off any enemies. And they allow the baby time to slowly get up onto its feet. And, of course, they'll help it using their foot and their trunk to actually raise it up. And this is something I talk about quite a lot in my tour. How this wonderful relationship that the elephants have between each other. They're very social animals, very intelligent, very compassionate animals, and it's something that we see on a day-to-day basis.
Now, I've heard about this. You are coming over here in a couple of weeks. So we're talking to you live in Kenya at the moment, which is why there's a slight delay. And we don't mind a delay to Kenya. It's when we get delayed to Carol over the road there's a bit of an issue. But with Kenya, it's fine. It sounds even more dramatic. But you're coming over here. So tell us about your tour. Tell us about what you talk about in your tour. And tell us how long it is and where it starts and where it ends up.
Well, I'm going to be in the UK for the whole of November.
Yes.
So I'll be starting in Potter's Bar, just north of London, and then I'll be ending in Cambridge, and travelling over most of England and Wales. Sadly not Scotland this time, but I'll be back for next year maybe. But it's really talking about, what it was like to grow up with these extraordinary animals. My years also working with the BBC as a wildlife presenter and occasional director on with other endangered species around the world, and then bringing it all full circle back to elephant conservation and what's happening now in elephant world, and how really, so much of the way we're trying to save animals is marred by politics and greed, and there's so many things that are making it very difficult to save species and save the environment. So how do we give it a really good shake-up? How do we start doing things in a different way? And that's what I'm very interested now in the work that I'm doing up in the north of Kenya. Is how do we work with the communities here and how do we reach out to the wilder world to really change the way things are being done.
Well, thank you so much. The Elephants has got you on your side, and that's no bad feather in their caps for them to have. Thank you very much. That's Saba live from Kenya, from the Great Rift Valley. Saba Douglas Hamilton starting a UK tour, Live with Elephants, on Friday the 3rd of November. Go online, have a look to see if she's stopping off at a theatre near you. I'm going to be doing just that during this song.
Keep it up. 2, 3, 4. Up. 2, 3, 4. Keep it up. 2, 3, 4. Company! Sarah! Oh, the aim of our patrol is a question rather droll. For to march and drill over field and hill is a military goal. Is a military goal. Up. 2, 3, 4. Dress it up.
All right, I've done it so you don't have to. She's playing Potters Bar, Hayward Heath, Loughborough, Kettering, Kings Lynn, Bristol, Dorking, Newport, Bridgewater, Manchester, Swansea, Oval, Truro, Exeter, Oxford, London, Ipswich, Birmingham, Winchester and Cambridge. All right, there you go. You're good to go.
Yeah. No, yeah. Been looking for you in all the wrong places, but I don't go there no more. Every night, seeing all the same faces, but I ain't seen you before. I don't even know you, but girl, I think I love you. I put my lifeline in your hands. I already know it's over, never finding you again. I know, so what I gotta lose, I'ma take a chance. Put my heart on the line for you. All my friends think I'm crazy. Maybe I've lost my mind, but put my heart on the line for you. My heart on the line for I put my heart on the line for you. Put my heart on the line for you. I put my heart on the line for you. My heart on the line for. Didn't come here looking for a situation, but who would have thought I'd be breaking every rule I ever made, but guess it's a good time to start. I don't even know you, but girl, I think I love you. I put my lifeline in your hands. I already know it's over, never finding you again. I know what I gotta lose, I'ma take a chance. Girl, I'm not afraid, ain't running away tonight, no. I put my heart on the line for you, put my heart on the line for you. All my friends think I'm crazy, maybe I've lost my mind, but put my heart on the line for you, my heart on the line for. I put my heart on the line for you, put my heart on the line for you. I put my heart on the line for you, my heart on the line for. Girl, your body's calling, girl, I'm going all in. I put my heart on the line for you, put my heart on the line for you. And all the stars aligning, just like perfect timing. I put my heart on the line for you, my heart on the line for.
Craig David and Heartline, 11 to 9. I was just reading in my Mrs. Beaton's that all prawns are large shrimps and the word prawn is only used in Britain. Didn't know that. Those from cold water are better to eat than those from warm water. The warm water ones are best for cooking and are cheaper to buy. King prawns are larger ones from various warm water fishing areas around the world. They are well suited to grilling and barbecuing, says Lynn. It's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, thank you for that, Lynn.
And also, you can't really go wrong with Mrs. Beaton's book, written by Mr. Beaton. Is that right?
Yes,
or not?
we know.
Is it true?
I think so. I think he did quite a lot of it.
And the king prawns. Maybe we need to bring queen prawns onto the scene now, because that's how the world is now. A different world then. You know, oh, these are big and these are better. They must be king prawns. Hang on a minute. There have been queens in history.
It's equality, yeah.
You got queen scallops. I mean, do we have king scallops?
I don't know. Oh, well, maybe that was the redress, perhaps.
Who knows?
The trade-off.
Or, why don't we do this? If there's a queen on our throne, we have queen prawns. And if there's a king on our prawn, we change to king prawns.
Parity with the monarchy,
That's what we want.
Prince Regent prawns.
That's exactly what we want.
What about that?
Yep, that'll do.
Exiled prawns.
No, we
Off
can't
with
do
his
that.
head, prawn.
No, we
actually,
don't. No.
I like the head.
Oh,
I like
really?
the head. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, no.
I like it all.
He's like that, Mike. He's like that.
The eyes of the bass.
Oh, no, stop
Thursday.
it. Stop it.
It just impressed my kids, but actually I wanted to throw up.
No.
Obviously I couldn't let them know that. So today's top 10 news, please.
Well, so many to choose from, because we talked about so much this morning, but I was taken, when you were speaking to Aston Marigold earlier, about backflips. Yes. So how about a top 10 news this morning to backflips?
Intentional or unintentional?
Yes.
Accidental?
I think there
or
could be some unintentional ones.
All right. Okay, this just in from somebody who works here, one of our bosses. If you get Aston, if I get Aston, this is me. If I get Aston to teach me, i.e. you, here from the text, to backflip live and air, I will make a significant donation to Children in Need. Well, in which case, on this one, Children in Need can go and whistle.
No, not tempted.
Yes.
Far too big to do a backflip. I mean, can you imagine the
I could
trouble?
see it going viral.
We'd have to have a hoist.
Yeah. Let's not go. Hoist required afterwards, I would imagine.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
There is a boxer, 17 stone, 6'6" boxer, just turned professional, Joe Joyce, won silver at the Olympics last year, and he does a backflip after his fights, and he did it on Friday.
But he's an Olympic standard boxer.
Yeah, but he's big. He's a big guy.
This is a massive. He's a boxer.
No one's as big as
He's
Chris.
a big
Chris
bendy
is
boxer.
enormous.
Yes, true.
I'm
Very
not.
agile.
I'm not a big bendy boxer. I'm a stupid brittle disc jockey. Anyway, so backflips.
Yep.
We'll go with it. We'll go
please.
with it. And now, superstar guest time.
Yes, let's talk F1, because Lewis Hamilton is on the brink of a 4th World Championship title after winning the US Grand Prix. He leads Sebastian Vettel by 66 points with just 3 races to go. So let's speak to the former British F1 driver, John Watson. Morning, John.
Morning, Mike.
So not the most exciting race in Austin, Texas yesterday, but Lewis got the job done.
Superlative drive. You couldn't have wished for a better drive for the world champion incumbent. His team backed him up. Perfect day, perfect weekend.
Where's this competition coming from? We thought Sebastian Vettel and him would really go head-to-head, but Vettel's tailed off. Obviously, no Nico Rosberg this year. He retired. So who's going to challenge Hamilton?
Well, in the future, it's still going to be the usual suspects. And depending on whether Red Bull can get a car that is competitive, reliable, consistent, Max Verstappen, clearly, as we saw yesterday, is another potential world champion. The only thing I think Max has still got to learn is to think smart, not just think fast. But he's got all the qualities, ultimately, to be maybe Lewis Hamilton's major challenger in 2018.
Yeah, so Hamilton, though, it's all the headlines about him, quite rightly, after that victory. He can now win it in Mexico in 7 days' time. What makes him so good as a driver, John?
He's just grown up. I mean, when he came into Formula One, he had all the tools available. He had natural speed, he had the skill, he was ambitious, he was motivated, he had driven, he was in the best team at the time. He's gone through this metamorphosis and he's now come out of it, and he is the most rounded, complete Formula One driver currently in the World Championship. But more than that, Lewis has become a brand. He's not just a Grand Prix driver, he's not just a 3 times world champion. He is a brand, he is a global personality, he transcends Formula One, he's taking Formula One into areas where it's never really had any access, particularly in the music industry, in the fashion industry, into North America particularly. He loves going to North America, he loves racing there, 5 times victor of the US Grand Prix. So he is something almost, I would say, unique for Formula One.
And he will overtake Sir Jackie Stewart as the most successful ever British F1 driver. Is he popular, though, John, amongst his his fellow pros, do you think, and in the wider British public?
I think amongst his peers, he doesn't care. I think amongst the British public, he does care, because he is a British-born, brought up Hertfordshire. I mean, he's as British as all of us are, and he's doing something which no other British driver in all the history of Formula One since 1950, to become a 4 times world champion. But really, he's more concerned, I think, about the global impact that he is able to make as a consequence of the success it has enjoyed in the racetrack. But his life in motor racing and Formula One will eventually decide, I'm going to stop, I'm going to move on and do other things.
Yeah, well, we shall see.
I read he wants to be an astronaut.
Yes, well, perhaps, or a singer as well. He's also done some recording. John Watson, all we've got time for. Many thanks for your time this morning, and congratulations again to Lewis Hamilton.
All right, thank you, John Watson. A legend on a legend. And here's the third.
Thank you. M6 southbound still closed at junction 35 Carnforth. Accident and debris still to be cleared from the road. M62 is busy eastbound to junction 22 Ripponden. Another accident being recovered from there. M11 remains closed northbound. That's the accident at junction 8 Stansted Airport. Diversion takes you off and then back on again to the motorway via the slip roads. M25 anti-clockwise busy in patches. Junction 29, the A127 towards the M11 at junction 27 following a couple of accidents there. 2 vehicles involved in an accident. If you're on the A3M and you're travelling north, it's after junction 2 Horndean. The queues are to Waterlooville at junction 3. M3, that's heavy northbound towards Winchester at junction 11. The queues have been reaching back onto the M27. Eastbound, it's been slow from the Southampton area, westbound from junction 9 at Fareham. An accident on the M4 near Newport, South Wales. They've been removed, but it's very busy going past Newport in both directions. Eastbound, it's been slow from Cardiff area, junction 29, and westbound from the Calder at junction 24. Back more in half an hour.
All right, so Bob in Plymouth kept his powder dry for a while, seeing if we were really worthy of his wisdom, but finally he's texted us about king prawns.
Yeah, go on.
This is the guy, he knows everything.
Yeah.
Chris, the king prawn gets its name originally from Emperor Xing from China, who was the first to proclaim the food as luxury. He called them emperor prawns, but then King James II came along. He also liked them. He thought, no, not emperors, they are kings. Thus far, no queens have ever expressed publicly a delight in the food historically, therefore, hence no queen prawn.
Thank you for that.
I mean, we're done now,
Now we know. Now we know.
All right, kids, what he said. Thank you. Backflips. Today's top 10 news is backflips. It's not easy, but it's not always easy. And you never fail to come up with the goods on the text 88291. But now, presently, currently, this very moment in time, you are failing. And it's your fault, seriously. You can blame us for some things, but not this. Today's top 10 news backflips, please. I'm going to play this Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love, for everyone who ran in the Portsmouth 10 miler, which was on the telly yesterday. Quite like that. They call it the Great South Run. It's 10 miles. It's not a half marathon. 20,000 people were running, lots of more people watching. I enjoyed it a lot. By the way, Harry from Raynham in Kent. His non-stop oldies on Friday. Well, listen to these. Staple singers, Respect Yourself. Drifters, like Sister and Brother. Aretha Franklin, I Say a Little Prayer. Robert Knight, Love on a Mountaintop. Ramsey Lewis, Wade in the Water. Sam and Dave Solomon. Solomon Burke, Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. The original. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. If you don't know me by now, I was in heaven. Musical heaven. Thank you, Harry. Right. What else is going on? Oh, the news would appear. 9 o'clock, Gobsmackers follow. Coming back with Joan Osborne and Lisa Loeb at 9 Stories. And don't forget that top 10 news, please. Here's Justine Green.
BBC News at 9 o'clock. Thousands of motorists face being charged more to drive into central London from today as the new toxicity charge takes effect. Drivers of most petrol and diesel vehicles registered before 2006 will have to pay an extra £10 on top of the congestion charge, a total of £21.50. The aim is to cut pollution in the capital. The Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, says the revenues from the charge will be ploughed back into improving air quality.
More policies to encourage walking, cycling, better public transport, also to encourage people to use cleaner forms of transport. I'll give you a couple of examples. We're retrofitting our buses. We're no longer buying diesel buses. From 2018, all our buses, double-decker buses, will be hydrogen or zero emission. From next year, we're not going to licence any diesel taxis. Taxis will be zero emission.
A new campaign is being launched to try to wean people off antibiotics. Patients will be told to trust in their doctors and go home and rest instead of demanding the drugs, particularly if they're suffering from colds or sore throats. Dr. Jenny Harris is the Deputy Medical Director of Public Health England.
This is something which I think people perceive as a longer term issue, perhaps not for them, but we know, for example, that of the 40,000 E. coli bloodstream infections that we see in hospitals each year, 40% of those now are not able to be treated by the most commonly used first-line treatment in hospitals.
The Chief of Staff for the President of the European Commission has denied leaking an account of Theresa May's dinner with EU negotiators last week to a German newspaper. The Frankfurter Allgemeine claimed Theresa May begged Jean-Claude Juncker for help with Brexit. The report comes as the UK's biggest business lobby groups, including the Institute of Directors and the CBI, call for an urgent Brexit transition deal to safeguard jobs and investment. An undercover investigation by the BBC has revealed that cocaine, counterfeit goods and stolen passports are being openly traded on a UK website. The Inside Out programme, to be broadcast on BBC One at 7:30 this evening, found widespread evidence of illegal activity on the classified ads site Craigslist. Jonathan Gibson reports.
Craigslist was set up in America more than 20 years ago. It lets people buy and sell things. But on its UK website, you're as likely to find adverts for Class A drugs as second-hand sofas. Counterfeit currency, stolen passports and cocaine are all being traded, as well as offers of help to commit bank fraud and launder money. The Home Office says it's currently investigating how classified ads websites are being used by criminals. When the BBC showed its evidence to Craigslist, it refused to comment.
The Foreign Affairs spokesman for the Catalan government says regional officials will not take orders from Madrid if the Spanish government attempts to reimpose direct rule. Raúl Romero told the BBC the central question was not about the independence of Catalonia, but about democracy. And the weather: after a cloudy start, rain will spread eastwards, occasional showers likely in Scotland and Northern Ireland this afternoon. BBC News at 9:03 on Exeter 10.
Thank you very much, Justine.
Online, on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
Gobsmacker time now. Today's from Rachel Middleton. Good morning, Rachel. From Stony Stanton in Leicestershire, she says, as a teenage girl from the 90s, these two one-hit wonder women had a huge influence on me. I remember popping the tapes into my Walkman and trudging over the fields with my Labrador, singing them at the top of my lungs. Over 20 years later, I still know all the words. Case picked Joan Osborne with One of Us, but first, Lisa Loeb envelope and, and 9 stories with "Stay, I missed you."
You say I only hear what I want to. You say I talk so all the time, so and I thought what I felt was simple, and I thought that I don't belong, and now that I am leaving, now I know that I did something wrong, 'cause I missed you. Yeah, yeah, I missed you. And you say I only hear what I want to. I don't listen hard, don't pay attention to the distance that you're running to anyone, anywhere. I don't understand if you really care. I'm only hearing negative. No, no, no. So I turn the radio on, I turn the radio on, and this woman was singing my song. Lover's in love and the others run away. Lover is crying 'cause the other won't stay. Some of us hover and we weep for the other who was dying since the day they were born. Well, this is not that thing that I'm throwing, but I'm thrown. And I thought I lived forever, but now I'm not so sure. You try to tell me that I'm clever, that won't take me anyhow or anywhere with you. You said that I was naive, I thought that I was strong. Oh, I thought, hey, I can leave, oh, but now I know that I was wrong, 'cause I missed you. Yeah, I miss you. You said you called me 'cause you want me, and one day you let me go. You try to give away a keeper, or keep me 'cause you know you're just so scared to lose. You say stay. You say I only hear what I want to.
You're listening to the Chris Evans Breakfast Show on BBC Radio 2.
God had a name, what would it be, and would you call it to his face? If you were faced with him in all his glory, except for the Pope maybe in Rome.
Little therapy session from Miss Ellie there. Thank you, Miss Ellie. Started with me. I was in the therapist chair for a while, and Miss Ellie was on. You were on the couch, and then sort of halfway through that last song, we sort of swapped positions, didn't we? Excellent. Talking about hypnobirthing. We've got to do hypnobirthing on the show tomorrow. Not just for ladies who are pregnant or couples who are expecting a child or whatever. Just because it's fascinating. The whole adrenaline and oxytocin fight. It's like Anthony Joshua going up against a worthy contender, isn't it? You know, and you have to train one to vanquish the other because it makes the big day a whole lot easier, I would imagine. Anyway, that starts to. I'm very excited about that. I'm almost as excited about that as I am about Friday's show. Major Tim Peake's going to be on the show this Friday. Yes, he's an astronaut and he's going back into space because space and NASA loved him so much, you know, and the feeling was mutual. That's going to happen again. David Jason's going to be here. Daisy Lowe's going to be here, and live music from the Stereophonics.
The Voice Box is one of nature's most effective designs. But vocal cords also have to perform other jobs, such as protecting our airways. And when under stress, like in the final of a competition, the result can be paralysing. Join us for BBC Radio 2's Young Choristers of the Year final. A singing contest on a different scale. Wednesday night from 11. On BBC Radio 2.
Well, thank you very much. Today on Radio 2, Fern Cottonin, 9:30 this morning. Ken's off, sunning himself. Vanessa Feltz is in for Jeremy at midday today. As Penny said earlier on, you can tell it's half term. Steve Wright in the afternoon, 2 o'clock. Simon Mayo at 5. The Blue Show with Paul Jones at 7. Joe Wiley at 8. We have something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. 10 o'clock with Balin Leonard. Jules Holland here at 11. And Johnny Walker's replay of Sounds of the 70s. Great show. Midnight tonight. Brand new now from Sam Smith on this show. 4 weeks on Friday.
I'm young and I'm foolish. I made bad decisions. I block out the news, turn my back on religion. Don't have no degree, I'm somewhat naive. I made it this far on my own, but lately that shit ain't been getting me higher. I lift up my head and the world is on fire. There's dread in my heart and fear in my bones. I just don't know what to say. Maybe I'll pray. Maybe I'll pray. I have never believed in you, no, but I'm gonna pray. Find me in church, reading the Bible. I am still here and I'm still your disciple. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging you please. I'm broken, alone and afraid. I'm not a saint, I'm more of a sinner. I don't wanna lose, but I fear for the winners. When I try to explain, the words right away. Here today, and I'm gonna pray. Maybe I'll pray for a glimmer of hope. Maybe I'll pray.
Oh, he's good, isn't he?
Maybe
Still only 25? 25 years old, Sam Smith. Ruling the world. Never looked better, never sounding better. Hasn't been happy till recently. Lots of interviews with Sam in the papers over the weekend. Read most of those in pre-preparation for him coming on the show 4 weeks on Friday, the 24th, I think it is, of November. It's a Friday, and he's playing 4 songs for us live, and that is going to be such a treat. I cannot wait. Mike, I can get you in for that if you want to come and see it.
Oh, please, can you?
Yeah, I can. Mike Williams here with us, in for Vassos, one day only. What do we know of Vassos and him climbing Mount Snowdon in the gales with his children? We thought that wasn't going to happen. That's what he went there to do, and apparently he did.
He did, with the kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be hearing about it tomorrow.
Well, he started...
if he's back.
He set off with the kids. I don't know if...
He's just come back. Let's
hope they're
so.
still en famille.
Hope so.
As they say. We have here lovely Miss Ellie. She starts her classes, her hypnobirthing classes this week. Father Brian says he thought he heard hippo-birthing classes.
Slightly different.
Naughty Father Brian. We'll be having words with him about that before his sports thought in a moment. So how did it go in the end?
With our top tenuous today, Chris, about backflips. So many to choose from. Let's start with Jane in Bristol at 10, who says, my friend George Robbins is renowned for cracking out a backflip for any occasion. Weddings, stag do's and birthday meals are all included. When he was younger, he competed against Louis Smith, the gymnast, on the pommel horse and beat him. At 9, Charlie from Datchet says, I've always wanted to be able to do a backflip. Sadly, at 51, I may never achieve that particular goal. However, during the snowstorms of 2012, I fell from a tree that I climbed to shower my kids in snow. I managed 3/4 of a backflip on the way down, but it hurt. Ged at 8 in Preston says, I used to do backflips at school off a wall and used to get the other kids to club together to pay for my performance. At 7, Martin in Swindon says you should check out Johan Zarco, the MotoGP rider. He does a backflip every time he wins a race. At 6, Mark in Lancashire. I was about 40 years old and 20 stone when I tried to do a backflip on my neighbour's bouncy castle at a party. Safe to say, it didn't go well. Into the top 5 with Richard, who says, I was once thrown so hard off my horse that I did a backflip and landed on my feet, but there was no one there to see it. At 7, Joe from Princess Rainsborough says the most exciting backflip I ever saw was at age 9 at a Kids from Fame concert, watching Leroy backflip off the top of a speaker. It took my breath away. At 3, Louise says, when I was at Nottingham Poly in 1990, my best friend Linda, who was a large girl and amazing at gymnastics, when she had a few pints, would suddenly do a series of backflips in the middle of Nottingham, to everyone's amazement. We were never quite sure when it would happen, but it was always a delight. At 2, Graham in Aberdeen. On my honeymoon in Greece, sunbathing by the pool, my wife quietly advised me that a lizard was just about to crawl under my neck. I then performed a perfect backflip, ending up in the pool to the delight of the other holidaymakers. And at 1, Neil says, in the summer, my daughter's boyfriend Hugo decided to do a backflip on the Saturday evening of the Isle of Wight festival. It ended up with me taking him to casualty with a broken wrist, but it did not stop us going to see Rod Stewart on the Sunday.
See, that's not bad. If the only injury you sustain whilst trying a stupid backflip is a broken wrist, you sort of got away with it, haven't you? Yeah.
Waiting for suggestions. He's so nervous, avoiding all the questions. His lips are dry, his heart is gently pounding. Don't you just know exactly what they're thinking? His heart's beating like a drum. Is he gonna get this girl on? Real soon, baby, we'll be all alone. Don't you just know exactly what they're thinking? You want my body, you think I'm sexy. Come on, sugar, tell me so. You really need me, just reach out and touch me. Come on, honey, tell me so.
Looking for an answer. Come on, honey, let's spend the night together. Now hold on a minute before we go much further. Give me a dime so I can phone my mother. They catch a cab to his high-rise apartment. Last he can tell her behave myself.
His heart's beating like a drum. Is he gonna get this girl home?
Yes, he is. We'll soon, baby, we'll be alone. Don't you just know exactly what they're thinking?
Rod Stewart with help from his new pals DNCE. Instead of Mod Stewart, I suppose it's Rod Stewart. Do you think I'm sexy? Do you like it? Is it better or worse? Do you care? 9:23 now. Looking for good old fashions on the text 88291 before the end of the show. Fern Cotton in for Ken Bruce this morning and all week this week. Father Brian, before we get into his post thought, what's all this about hippo birthing, Father Brian? What the heck are you thinking about here?
I just don't know. I just heard it over the airwaves, and when County Down it did sound like hippo birth, and I said, what's going on in the
exactly.
radio too?
It's hypno birthing.
Thank
Father
you.
Brian.
Thank you. I better get back to the area and better composer.
All right, off you go.
Today is the beginning of Facing the World Week, and the theme this year is Who is My Neighbour? Last Monday, the hurricane Ophelia blasted Ireland north and south, and the country virtually closed down. But in the emergency, people rediscovered the value of good neighbourliness. As they say, a good neighbour beside you is more precious than a brother who lives far away. During the storm, 3 people sadly lost their lives, and all 3 died caring for family or vulnerable neighbours. One man was killed whilst removing a fallen tree which blocked the road to where a group of elderly people were isolated. Next day, his brother told the nation what a generous person this man was. This is how he described him. Michael was a man who would do anything for anyone in need. He was the kind of man who would open his chest and give you his heart if he thought it would help. What a beautiful description of a good neighbour. Who is my neighbour? Anyone that in need that I can help. Now, it's worth remembering that every major religion has as its core principle, love your neighbour as yourself, because that's how communities survive. But to love my neighbour as myself presumes that I actually do love myself. It's a shocking fact that throughout the Western world, the biggest cause of death for the under-30s is not drugs nor traffic accidents, but suicide. The generation with the best opportunities, and apparently with most to live for, feel they don't want to live at all. In an era when social media is pervasive, loneliness is pandemic. Now, I've nothing against social media, but I believe a listening ear and a helping hand from a real live person are among the most precious gifts we have to share. We have to learn that in life, nothing happens to you, it happens for you. To paraphrase Nelson Mandela, what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived, it's the difference we have made to the lives of others that matters most.
Brian, that was wonderful as always. And I read somewhere last week that more and more people nowadays are fearing life today more than death tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the sad part of it. And why can't we just enjoy it? And what's the pressure? And the pressure is put on ourselves. You know, just don't think of ourselves so much. Think of what we have to offer, and we'll always find somebody to share it with.
Absolutely. Father Brian, look forward to hearing from you next Monday.
Thank you, Chris, very much indeed.
Have a lovely week. Stay safe. 9:26 now. Tonight for BBC Two tonight, off the top of my head, brand new series of Autumn Watch, 8 p.m. live, 1 of 4, Monday through Thursday this week. 9 o'clock, you got this spy thing on. Really exciting. Good doco about spies. Can't remember the name of it. And then at 10 o'clock, you got the last ever W1A. Last ever. That's it. Elizabeth I, Secret Agents. You just want to be there on a Monday. All right, so that's Kylie. Fern on the way, and in the middle of it all, starting with Lynn.
Thank you. M6 southbound was at a halt at junction 35 Carnforth. There was an accident there. Debris on the road. The latest is it's reopening. M62 is busy eastbound at junction 22 Ripponton. One lane closed, another accident being recovered from there. Also an accident in Lincolnshire on the southbound A1. It's between Colsterworth and South Whittam. It's slowing back towards Grantham. M11 is reopening. That one was closed for much of the morning. The northbound side at junction 8 Stansted Airport. The diversion was up and over via the slip roads. As I said, you're getting on the move now, but there's a heck of a lot of traffic. It's all the way back to junction 7 at Harlow. North London, Edmonton, the A406, the North Circular Road. Eastbound side is closed by an accident at the 4 Street Tunnel. The queues are reaching back towards the A10, which is the Great Cambridge Road. I'll be back for more in about 20 minutes.
Thanks so much. Adam and Luke say, can have a good old-fashioned happy retirement to Grandad Pete Hart, retiring today.
Alana says, I need a good old-fashioned, unacceptable for a Monday to my best mate Jack, as we've fallen victim to a packet of ginger nut biscuits already.
Joe Bayliss says, can you please say good old-fashioned can't help falling in love to my husband Rob, because it's 24 years ago today that we got married in Las Vegas.
I love that. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable for a Monday.
Jacob and Harry, they say, please can you have a good old-fashioned? Can we have a good old-fashioned? Are we nearly there yet to Dad? He's driving us all from Sussex to Cornwall for half term. We left at 5 a.m. And Jacob and Harry are where? In the back. Of course they are. Where's Fern?
I'm here.
Down the corridor.
Of the studio.
I suppose technically you are in the back. I feel like this corner is the front.
I think so as well.
Do you think so?
Yeah, definitely.
But you've got a nicer view.
We have got there's quite a lot of cranes today, and it's very grey.
And then we'll have a nicer view in a moment when she's sitting opposite you, as opposed to opposite me.
Bless you.
Thank goodness you're here, Fern.
What I love when I walk into Radio 2 in the morning, I have a peer into your studio, and the mess is amazing.
Yeah, and then you run screaming to the hills.
A whirlwind. Unreal. I'll come for a tidy up in a bit. Thanks, Chris.
Pleasure.
Fern Cotton.
88.